Albury Sports Ground, round 2, Ovens and Murray action. And we've got the Tigers up against the Saints. Can't wait for this one. Overcast in Albury, shooting for a top of 23. And right now we're about to cross down to ground level and catch up with Chris Mitchell. Chriso, how are you down there, mate?
I'm good, thanks, Lukey. A little bit of a breeze down here. Seems a bit of a southwesterly. I'm not sure if you guys are any meteorologists up there, but yeah, just a slight little one that might put a little bit of kicking off early, but I wouldn't say it's a 1 or a 2 goal breeze at the moment, but might make things a little bit tricky as Luke Daly comes in for the coin toss, just as we're about to get into the centre of the footy ground here. Beautiful conditions here. And Myrtleford has won the toss and are kicking to the river end, so the southern end here at the Albury Sports Ground.
Yeah, beautiful, Chris Mitchell. And Robbie, we saw the banner up for Luke Daly. 250 games today with Albury. That is just a wonderful achievement.
Yeah, fantastic. And they're all good games too. He's always a contributor. He doesn't know how not to, Lukey. So we wish him all the best. It's a great achievement. May get a few more in too. And I reckon we've got a change too out of the Albury side. Mitch, we can see Michael Duncan's down there at the interchange box, but he hasn't got his playing gear on. So there's a bit of a late change there for the Albury Tigers. And we'll try to pick up who might be out there who's replaced him. We'll have that pretty shortly.
For sure. If you're looking for Luke Daly, he's in at 13 Guernsey for the yellow and black. Let's go to Freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet, and he'll give us an update of who he's following closely this afternoon. Freaky?
Yeah, for the Albury Tigers today, it's probably the same 5 we went with last week in their win over Myrtleford and Mulwala. It was Jake Gaynor, Elliot Powell, Jake Page, Jimmy Grills and Riley Bice. Some really nice league speed in there that I'm looking forward to today on a dry deck with better conditions for kicking for the Tigers. On the Myrtleford side of things, got Brodie Riccardi, Mitch Del Bosco, the captain, Simon Curtis, young Tom Capillari and Sam Martin. So some quality midfielders there, as Daniel Marr touched on earlier when we had him on air. There's plenty of midfield depth there for the Saints, so really excited about this one, Luke. You've seen how they handle it today.
Yeah, exactly. Gee, the early pressure from the Saints will be so important, won't it, Robbie? Tigers on their home deck coming off a super win against the Pigeons, and the Saints gallant against the Panthers at home, but they really have to bring the heat in these opening minutes, the Saints.
No doubt about that, and I just can confirm too the replacement for Michael Duncan is number 34, Will Unthank, who was pretty impressive last year in a couple of the senior games that he did play. So Myrtleford looks like they are unchanged, and yeah, they'll be looking for a great start there. An interesting one is young Nick Ferguson, number 36. He's the son of Ronnie Ferguson, former Wangaratta Rovers player. I think he was a premiership player too, Ronnie Ferguson. Played a lot of footy in that golden era, so there's good credentials there. And big Isaac Muller's out there. He was terrific. Him and Lockie Howell had a great battle last week, I thought, Freaky. And the big fellow, I haven't seen him look as fit, Isaac Muller. No,
they're going to have their handful today. They're the ruckman of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Looks like Will McCarroll is probably one that's going to be in there as well. And I think Riley Forrest last week had a crack at it as well. But yeah, Muller's going to have the lion's share, I think, of today. I thought he almost took the points last week against Lockie Howe. He was really, really impressive in that role. So really looking forward to that battle today. Obviously, as we keep touching on, every week that goes by with these Albury Tigers players, they're going to get that little bit more cohesion in that midfield mix, where it takes time, Luke, when you bring someone new into the club and someone as important as a ruckman into the side as well, where they've obviously, Ben Kelly's been serviceable for him the last couple of years, and I thought he was really good last week in his new forward role. Bring Muller in to learn, and obviously bringing in Elliot Powell as well, another new midfielder, and obviously Holland Smith when he's there as well. So there's a lot of new moving parts in that midfield for the Tigers, so it's going to take some time for him to get well accustomed to each other, but I think last week were good signs.
Yeah, it's a great point you bring up, Freaky. Just a real focal point, of course, the ruckman, and that's right, they've got to learn Muller's game. It's just a big, and well, that's it. He's a massive man, and once he gets going, he just draws the ball, doesn't he, Robbie?
He does.
He's such a monster, and a wonderful addition to this Albury Tigers lineup. We'll go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. Just how is it underfoot down there, Chriso?
No, perfect conditions underfoot, boys. It's a little bit of a swirling breeze, as I touched on before, but hopefully it doesn't affect the play too early. But just players getting into position now and looking to take their spots. But Luke Daly, let's keep an eye on him early, guys. It's his milestone game, and the boys will get around him for sure. Yeah,
we've got to mention too, we didn't have 57 for the Saints on our team sheet, and that is Ashton McPherson too, Robbie, for the tricolours.
Real Myrtleford name, very famous surname up there. So we're going to see the The Albury Tigers are going to be kicking towards the, looks like the Botanical Gardens end, I reckon, Freaky, we like to call it, and probably the Norriel Park end down there. It's better than north and south. Lukey, I'd like to add a bit of flavour and colour to it.
Why not, Robbie? We're almost set to go for the doubleheader on O&M Live. It's the Tigers up against the Saints. The first term brought to you by A-Grade Oils and Batteries. Here's Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, and it is Isaac Muller. He'll go up against Riley Forrest. And Muller got the tap. He got the second and the third. And he's been tackled and he'll be held. So it is still inside the centre circle. Great day for footy here at the sports ground. Overcast but mild. No wind yet. Coming through hard was Alex Jones. Got a handball to Garlick. Got it back to Jones. Now they find O'Hara on centre wing. Beautiful pass. And he finds Colby Heiner Hennessy. Too far out to score. He might go long. He does. He looks for Jacob Conlon. Can't find him. It's a chance there for Jacobs for Myrtle. Myrtleford was tackled immediately. He's sitting over the footy. Umpire Peachy hovered momentarily. He says, give it to me. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, here we go. So ball up inside 50 to the Smollett Street end. Umpire sends it aloft. Forrest and also Moller. Ball at ground level. Garlett tried to beat a couple. Hourigan, though, snavelled it for the Saints. He's been taken high and he will get the kick. So he's deep in the back pocket for the Saints on our broadcast side. As we said, Smollett Street end. He's going to go short. Grill's got a hand on it. Del Bosco's under a stack of pressure now from a couple of Tigers. Dangerous kick early. That was Chris Mitchell as we go down to you for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it's a bit of a coach killer, that one. Not a great kick from coming out of defence there from Hourigan. You just want to go long down the line, don't you, early?
Now another whistle, free kick. It's going to go the way of the Tigers. I reckon there's a player been held off the footy. And it is Jimmy Grill. So just in and around that contest. And Jimmy Grills, or Wontagong Jim as we've famously called him. It's a great part of the Holbrook area, the Wontagong Valley. If you live there, you're not short of a quid. And Jimmy Grills, he's the mayor of Wontagong these days. And he's tossing the ball up in the air there. He's on the left foot. He's the co-captain this year. Jimmy Grills comes in now, 35 out, slight angle, and he has pulled it to the right-hand side. Minor score off and running here. The Tigers have a point. And, of course, that is on the steel line scoreboard.
Certainly is.
Sorry, Luke, just the leg speed there sometimes of Jimmy Grills can worry teams around a contest like that and give away little cheap free kicks like that. That's one area, as we've touched on, the Tigers might be able to hurt the Saints today is with that run and leg carry that they're going to have in their midfield group.
So here goes Hourigan from the fullback position, right outside 50, straight to Muller though. So we'll be coming back and he goes on to McMenamin. Nice pressure from the Saints. Now O'Hara has a chance to pick it up left of centre wing. Pressure comes again from the Tricolours. Riccardi was held without the ball. Now he plays on and he gets it on the boot and sends it up to the arc of the 50. Here's Simon Curtis for his touch in this footy game. Swings around, gets it on the right boot. Jesse Wilson back there all on his own and keeps it in play. Gets it on the left, sends it out to the clubhouse side. Heiner Hennessy takes the mark and the Tigers are out.
Yeah, here's Spencer Jones, gets his first touch, handball to Muller, inside ball from Muller to Jones. Got it back to the other Jones, Spencer Jones, got it back to the other Jones, Alex Jones. Where's Tom? In the middle of the ground now, here we go. Curtis was tackled without it. No, play on's a call, left foot kick by Sam Martin, and he can't penetrate that defence. It's Jesse Wilson, relieves with a dangerous kick across goal, but it's Lucas Conlon who marks and runs with the footy.
It is, and he goes with about a 25-metre one, but it's been turned over, so the Saints have it on their half-back flank, and they move it on quickly. Riley Sharp comes up and basically takes the ball in the middle or heart of the Albury Sports Ground, and he went off to Wales, and he's brought down in a good tackle from Hillary, and the umpire will call for it. Hillary gets it, in fact, a free kick. Went to Heiner Hennessy. Del Bosco interrupted the play, picks it up for the Saints. He's brought to ground by O'Brien. And the umpire is now going to call for it as we go to Freaky on the 40-week stat sheet.
Yeah, a couple of early touches for Simon Curtis. Jay Hillary across the half-back line was really strong there. Had a really strong game last week. Got a big job down there at the moment. Jay Hillary is on Simon Curtis in the forward half for Myrtleford.
Martin tracks the footy for Myrtleford. Handball release back to Huey Wales. This time he kicks it immediately to half forward. Good pick up by Riley Sharp. This kick's going to be good. It is. Finds Riley Bucher right in the middle of the Albury Sports Ground. It's 1-1 here. We have gone about 4 minutes on the steel line time clock. Curtis in front. Was he held? No. Play on's a call. Hill retracts him. This time he's held him without the ball. And Simon Curtis, he should go back and have a shot. He is one of the best kicks in the competition. And it's a rare saute forward for Simon Curtis.
Kicking from about 52 guys on a slight angle. It might test him from this distance, even though he is a beautiful shot for goal. But I do like that move. He makes defenders a little bit nervous. Good overhead too. Good user of the footy. I
reckon distance won't be an issue. Can he get the accuracy? Simon Curtis from 50. Kick on the way. Looks okay. It's a beauty. It's a Sunjan goal of the day contender. And Simon Curtis puts on the first goal of the afternoon here. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. What about these inside 50s for 40 Winks, Brad Freak?
Yeah, Myrtleford have had the 3 now, obviously, to be able to score. Then had a couple of scoring shots as well, both by Simon Curtis. He's already had the 3 disposals on the 40 Winks stat sheet. So his start in the forward half for Myrtleford has been really strong as well. Albury have had the 2 inside 50s to early in this game, just for the 1 score, which is a 1 behind at the moment.
Yeah, great start from the Saints. They lead 6 points to 1 on the steel line scoreboard. McDonald's time clock has gone. Whereabouts are we? About 5.5. Back in the middle. And Muller up against Forrest. Riccardi has a chance to pick it up. Just tapped it along the ground. Went by Wales. Now he picks it up. And then Heiner Hennessy is there. And Wales got brought down. He grabbed Page. Well, what's the umpire going to say here? Free kick to Wales. So Page had hold of him. Hugh with the ball. Just on the arc of the defensive 50, he goes down the line with a dump kick. Here's Riley Sharp. Oh, beautiful mark. Jesse Wilson tried to hold him out, but Sharp was too good on that occasion. Bit of a helicopter kick to the arc of the attacking 50 now. Winner Irving got it on the boot. High ball. Lucas Conlon sits under it. Got a fist to it. Out the back, though, Hillary for the Tigers mops up. And he tries to get the kick to O'Brien. Del Bosco is there. So too is Capillari. Tigers now get out of trouble through O'Hara.
O'Hara's kicks okay, finds Elliot Powell, centre wing. Bit of burst of speed from Powell. Breaks the tackle, Garland over the back, but good intercept mark taken there by Austin Wicks. And young Capillari there, you can always grab the football in that situation instead of maybe tapping it. Now, through the middle of the ground, the kick's okay from Wicks. Now it's half forward, between half 50. This is a big play. Levi Young, well, he was between the centre square and centre half forward. Now he should shoot from around about 25 metres out directly in front for a 50-metre infringement. Chance for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints to take a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, just a small infringement there. I'm not too sure if I really like the rule entirety, but it's always in there. So really good smart work there by Levi Young to hopefully put Myrtleford up by 11 points early in this game.
So 25 out. Directly in front, kicking to Norriel Park end. Levi Young, kick on the way. It's not a good one. He's missed it. He pushed it to the right. So Young misses, and they miss an opportunity, Myrtleford. It's 1-1-7. They lead the Albury Tigers 1 behind. That's on the steel line scoreboard. And on the Macca's time clock, we have gone almost 8 minutes.
Let's go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, big miss there. Big let off for the Tigers. They'll be keen to get this out of their 50 as soon as they can. But, yeah, great little passage of play here by the Saints. Last couple of minutes have really thrown everything at the Tigers, winning those contested balls in the middle.
Lucas Conlon, short to Bice, and Bice calling for someone to lead at him. And that was O'Hara, and away O'Hara goes onto that left foot. Look at that for a kick. Drives it down the line, and a nice mark taken by Powell. Got the handball inside to Alex Jones. Swings around, gets the handball away, but it's intercepted. Brought away by McPherson for the Saints. High ball into the middle of the Albury Sports Ground. Winner Irving taps it along the ground, just fumbling at this present time. And then Gilmore for the Tigers. Got it to Hodgson. Bice came flying through onto Muller. Muller on the right boot. Sends it inside 50. Conlon. Yep, too easy. Crisp. Just a couple of metres off him. This guy's a star when he's got some time, Robbie.
Yeah, they had a chance. The previous play, they didn't go long. Conlon had a great advantage, didn't he, Freaky, in the gold square, and he was a bit annoyed that it didn't happen. And he's just got such a beautiful pair of hands.
He looks thinner than last year. Boys, I don't know if he's shed a bit of weight. Not that he was heavy, but he looks very lean this year.
Can play the game, this guy. Here he goes, Jacob Conlon. The man from Griffith swings around to that right foot. Has it got the distance? Not quite. Tapped by Hurrigan, and it's gone through for 1 behind. So 7 plays 2 on the steel line scoreboard, and we've almost gone about 9.5 or close to it as we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, both benches heavily rotated at the moment, guys. So, keen to get some fresh legs on as quick as they can.
Riccardi played on, kicked it to centre wing now, and Jesse Wilson. Oh, so it's Conlon. Lucas Conlon takes a strong mark, kicks it to half forward. Powell flew high, couldn't get it. Martin tracks the ball for Myrtleford. Good tackle by Heiner Hennessy. Ball spilled free now. A lot of players converge on it. And umpire Glenn Peachy says, give it to me, boys. And he's going to ball up. We have gone just 10 minutes on the Steel Line scoreboard and on the Macca's time clock.
And then Martin from that contest went into the middle. Fortuitously ends up with Bran. Nice kick to winner Irving. And here come the Saints again. They started this game well. Booker runs inside 50. Kenny Galler, he'll have a shot on goal if he does. Now gets it. Oh, he's gone the banana. Don't know if that was the right option. He was off balance, I must say. Freaky, your thoughts on that one for 40 Winks?
Yeah, a little bit off balance there. Probably could have straightened up with the drop punt, but I like the ball movement so far from Myrtleford. They look right on for today's game.
Yeah, Hodgson to Hillary, to Jesse Wilson, to O'Hara. O'Hara kick, bullet-like. It's a big chest. Isaac Muller nearly blew it apart. He gave it back to O'Hara. Oh, and he just got one late from Winner Irving. Play on's the call. Hodgson mopped up. Inside handball to Jones. A mongrel punt straight to Conlon. He'll play on, run in, and Tigers get their first goal. Scores a level here at the sports ground. 11 minutes gone on the Steel Line scoreboard. And it is 1-2-8 apiece. That was just quick movement of the ball. Great work through the midfield there. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
You can just see how they want to play the Tigers, and it's something they've done the last few years as well. That quick run and handball, they just run in waves forward, and it makes it really difficult to defend.
Braden O'Hara was one thing. Did get the late hit there, but I think early he's been right on, and he's been key to a lot of their forward chains so far. The experienced head and that beautiful left foot, he gets things going. As Chris rightfully touched on then, their ball use, as similar to last week, Robbie's been outstanding to start off with for the Tigers.
First term brought to you by A-Grade Oils and Batteries here on O&M Live. Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis, brought to you by McRae Motors this afternoon. And a secondary stoppage in the middle, just left of the centre. Let's see who can clear this contest. Muller and also Forrest. Muller did well down to Alex Jones, quickly inside 50 with a hurried kick. Jacobs for the Saints, taps it along the ground. O'Hara gets it up to Bice. Here come the Tigers. Left foot. Beats Jacob Conlon. Rolling ball. Daly in his 250th. Luke on the boot, left foot. He's just missed it to the broadcast side and it's gone through for one behind. So we now have, what does that make it? 8?
9-8.
Yeah, 9-8. So the scoreboard slow and ticking over here. Tigers with a 1-point lead. 9-8. Steel Line scoreboard. And the Macca's time clock has almost gone 12.5, Robbie.
Huey Wales plays on. Gee, that's a big pair of shorts Huey's decking out there today. Ball comes around, almost a grab taken there by Nick Ferguson. Good work by Riccardi. Got a hurried left foot kick. Here's a good battle. Oh, Gilmore and Sharp. Gilmore ran it out over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in Brad Freak for 40 Winks.
Yeah, Brodie Riccardi up to 3 early disposals. So is Simon Curtis and Sam Martin for the Saints. And Riley Bice has had 3 early disposals for the Albury Tigers.
Boundary throw in. Broadcast side. And Wales has gone down. Josh Gaynor just got rid of him. Muller. Powell, Jones with it at his feet. Now Muller try to get it up to Powell. Forrest on his hammer. Ball clears the pack. Coming out, O'Hara and Martin meet. Now there's a whistle.
Yeah, Bryden Hodgson grabbed hold of Austin Wicks off the ball.
Off the ball, guys.
Yeah, a lot going off the ball.
Del Bosco and Gaynor, and Wicks just got decked by Hodgson, so it's all happening.
That's the voice of Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it's good beater of this game. Hurrigan kicks it across goal. Maybe Ferguson marks, chips, kicks, nice one, finds Levi Young. Young, bit of confusion there, went to Winter Irving. Go long, young man. He does. What's he got on offer? One-on-one contest. Ball spills over the back. Capillari might get there. Here's a chance for Declan Bren. And there's a whistle. It's a boundary umpire's whistle. Lukey Francis, it's going to be thrown in. We've gone 14 minutes. Albury lead 9-8.
Absolutely. Let's have a look what happens from this boundary throw in, Robbie. The umpire about to hurl it back into play. Muller. And ball knocked down in front by McCarroll. McMenamin tried to get it to Gaynor. Tom Capillari hot on Josh's hammer. Ball out of bounds again. So we've basically got a replay. Now, Freaky, how are our inside 50s looking on the 40-wing stat sheet?
Yeah, pretty even to start off the game. Myrtleford have had 6, Albury have had 5.
Muller up against McCarroll again. Tom Capillari on the left boot, smothered. McMenamin did nicely. Got it off to Josh Gaynor. Handballs to Powell, and Powell just lost his grip on the footy. And then Tom Capillari's been good in the last couple of moments. And then over to Wales, and the Saints go in again. So they're getting some entries here in the opening term. Riley Sharp couldn't quite reel it in. Ball's gone out of bounds as we go back down to Chriso for the Newmarket.
Yeah, spot on. They're getting a few repeat entries in, a few repeat stoppages in the pocket there, and they're just trying to keep it in there, the Saints, at the moment.
Oh, that's a flat boundary throw in. It'll be asked to do it all again. And one thing Myrtleford have done well so far is they are getting the ball quickly in and deep. And Albury is so organised, you can't afford to muck around too much. Get the ball in quick. It's a good tactic so far. That's a better throw. That's a great throw. Muller got the tap. What's on offer here? Snapshot on goal. Sam Martin, I think it was. And there's a bit of indecision. The goal umpire overrules the boundary umpire. And it's going to be a point there to Sammy Martin. We have gone 15 and a half minutes on the Macca's time clock. We're doing this for A-grade oils and batteries. First quarter action. It's 10 to 9. Albury lead Myrt.
Lucas Collin with a big sweeping kick from fullback. Hodgson went up. Jacobs got a hand to it, and then swinging around was Forrest. Sends it in again for the Saints. Lucas Collin, it bounces by him. Brand got a hand to it. Tom Capillari's been good in the opening term. Busy. The Tigers try to bring it out again. That's a high kick, dangerous one. Grills, Hillary. Grills goes again, picks it up, dishes to Josh Gaynor, who ducks around a Saint and then sends it up to Page. Page inside, ball to Jones. So they're about to come through the middle of the Albury Sports Ground. Booker, though, this is to his advantage. Try to tap it along the ground. O'Brien hot on his hammer. And then Wicks came in. Bice picks it up, gets it out the back to Jesse Wilson in that headband. Left foot down the line. And Page has done well to run on and grab it.
He does. Kicks it inside forward 50. He finds Jacob Conlon. Ben Kelly was on his own. That is a great kick, though. He saw a better offering, and it was Wontagong Jim. Jacob Conlon's 45-metre pass across the top of the golds there was elite, Brad Freak.
Yeah, beautiful vision there to find big Jimmy Grills all open in space out there, so it gives himself an easier shot. The Tigers have been really, really good at lowering their eyes so far. Riley Bice is 1 for mine on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's had 4 disposals already. He's been involved in a lot of the really good passages of play for the Tigers to start this game.
Yeah, spot on there, Freaky. It was Bice's beautiful, clean pair of hands here on the wing that set that play up.
Here's Grills, 35 out, directly in front. Kick on the way. He missed one earlier to the right-hand side, and Wontagong Jim's put one to the left-hand side. So minor score. Albury 1-4-10, lead the Saints 1-3-9, and that's on the Macca's scoreboard.
Yeah, if you've just joined us, Simon Curtis with the only goal for the Saints. Jacob Conlon with the only major for the Tigers. Saints, back pocket, Smollett Street end. Let's see what they can do here. And the Tigers have set up very well. So Wales, he decides to move it. Now, that is a great kick if it comes off. Irving, he put it to ground, and the umpire said front on contact.
Yep.
So he will get it. I like that. Daring kick. They wanted to take the game on. Here goes Winner Irving with another big one. Trying to get Riley Sharp. Muller over the top. Jesse Wilson came through. Sharp won it off to Bedendo, just dropped it at a crucial stage. Now O'Hara has a chance here for the Tigers. Lucas Coleman and Alex Jones with him on to Powell. And now Powell takes off. Good player, this guy. Wild kick, though. Riccardi, he'll try and pounce on this. Now gathers and goes away for the Saints, and they drive it with a little chip kick.
Yeah, and finds Winter Irving, and Wilson's done a shoulder. Jesse Wilson is hurt. Short ball's a good one. And running inside the forward 50 is Josh Maraka. And Jesse Wilson, hopefully it's only a stinger, but he immediately held that shoulder. The Albury trainers will get out there pretty quickly.
But it's coming off, boys.
Yeah, it's straight away. He went for that.
Yeah, you picked that up like lightning.
Oh, Curtis on his own. Maraka says, no, I'm going to have a crack at it. And he says, no worries at all. Josh Maraka bangs through Myrtleford's second goal of the afternoon. 2-3-15. They lead Albury 1-4-10. And that's on the steel line scoreboard. On the Macca's time clock, we've gone 19 minutes. Brad Freak for 40 winks. What are you seeing on the stat sheet?
Yeah, Myrtleford really needed that one. They're up to 10 inside 50s for this game already, and they're able to get the scoreboard and get that extra goal. Obviously, having plenty of attempts at goal. Albury's up to the 6 inside 50s and having lots of shots at goal, but just haven't been able to capitalise so far in this game. Brodie Riccardi and Sam Martin both up to 4 disposals each on the 40 wing stat sheet, and Riley Bice up to 4 for the Albury Tigers.
Yes, Saints with a 5-point lead, almost 20 gone on the Macca's time clock in the opening turn for the sports ground. Look at Power bursting out of the middle and then sends it forward. Oh, beautiful mark back there by Crisp. Charlie, nice defensive mark. And he's got Hilton Joyce running for him. He gets it here. They want to attack the corridor again into Baraka. So that's one thing we've picked up about the Saints. Capillari over the back, just missed Tim O'Brien, did nicely. Now turns inside. Gets the handball to Bice. Bice ducking and weaving onto that left boot. Tries to find O'Hara. He's in a one-on-one. Riccardi did nicely to get rid of him. Gaynor comes absolutely flying through to Conlon. Good footy. Nice O&M. Clean stuff. And Jacob has it. As we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you just know whenever those forward 50 entries are there with Conlon with a little bit of space, he's going to take the grab and going to run around the man on the mark here and kick a banana.
And he's got an early double, Jacob. He likes it. That's another 6-pointer. 16 plays 15. The Tigers lead by 1 point on the steel line scoreboard. Macca's time clock has almost gone 20 and a half as we go to Brad Freak on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm really liking the game so far from Myrtleford, also looking to take the game on, looking in the midfield, but Albury then just killed him on the turnover. Riley Bice was able to run through the middle of the ground, and Jake Gaynor was able to get the ball and hit up Jacob Conlon beautifully in the pocket there. And Jacob Conlon, every time he gets a chance inside forward 50, you think he's always going to take advantage of it whenever he gets the ball there.
They've got a real problem, Myrtleford, down there. Jacob Conlon is finding so much room, and it's not only the balls he has taken. A lot of times, the best option hasn't been gone. And we say Crisp needs to tighten right up as Jones takes the ball out of the middle of the ground, finds O'Hara on the other side of the ground. This time, handball back to Jones. Geez, he's had a bit of footy. Jones gave it back to O'Hara. O'Hara through the middle of the ground is pinpoint beautiful. Finds Spencer Jones. His kick's a ripper. Elliot Powell inside forward 50. Beautiful pass. And he finds Luke Daly in game number 250. He's already got one behind today. He'll have a set shot from 30 metres out directly in front, but put that one down to big Isaac Muller's dominance in the ruck.
Way too many gaps there in the middle of the ground there. They've just gone straight through the corridor. Elliot Powell, you can't give him much room at all, and just put it on the chest of Daly.
Doing really well to lower the eyes at the moment. The Albury Tigers taking 6 marks inside the forward 50 already in this game.
So very deliberate about this, Luke Daly. 35 out, directly in front to the Botanical Gardens end. Daly comes in, and Luke Daly splits the middle of the goal post. He gets a goal in game 250. Well done, Luke Daly. 3-4-22, the Tigers lead the Saints 2-3-15. 22 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock, and that steel line scoreboard has been fluctuating quite a bit already for the Newmarket Hotel. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, both sides pretty happy to go through the corridor, aren't they? And obviously Albury are going to kill you on the turnover if you do turn it over in those crucial positions. But Myrtleford right in this one. They just can't let those easy goals in and let the Tigers own that corridor there.
Yeah, great competitive start to this footy game. Forrest and also Kelly back in the middle. Look at Powell. Hasn't he been prominent in the early stages of this footy? It goes again. Forrest got him high and he earned the free kick there, did Elliott. Let's see what he can do. He's about 60 out. Well, the man is on the mark. Elliott's probably about 70. And now pops it in to Luke Daly again. That was too easy. Jacobs just off his man. Luke Daly got free, and he's going to be kicking for basically 2 goals in 1 minute, Freaky.
Yeah, he certainly is. Elliot Powell's the one that stage you rightfully touched on there. Luke, you're just starting to get off the chain a little bit. He's up to 6 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet. Albury are now up to 10 inside 50s as well. As we touched on, they've had 7 marks inside forward 50. So lowering their eyes beautifully and finding the open man. Freaky
doing a super job on the 40-wing stat sheet. And Luke Daly looking for 2 goals in 60 seconds. Can he do it to a Smollett Street end? Drifting away to the clubhouse side, and it's gone through for 1 behind as we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, great start here by Luke Daly in his 250th, isn't his boys? He's done everything in his career, and he'd be looking to finish off on a high today in his big milestone game.
Hurrigan's kick was a good penetrating one, but he kicked it to 3 Albury Tigers. Jake Page has it, and he takes the mark, 70 out from goal. Conlon offers a lead, so does Heiner Hennessy, and good defensive work from Hourigan knocks the ball out over the boundary line. If you're listening from home, it is right in front of the old grandstand here at the Albury Tigers ground. On the arc of the 50-metre mark, forward flank, this historic ground. We've seen so much history here. What will happen today? Kelly missed it. Sam Martin covered. Good smother. Alex Jones, almost best on ground for mine. He offered for a free kick and he got it. He got one a little bit high. And Alex Jones has it. He sees the lead from Conlon. That is a beautiful kick out in front of him, and he'll take the mark. 45 out directly in front. The kick was beautiful. The lead was excellent. And again, Conlon finds room, Brad.
Yeah, it was a trademark of their game last week, Robbie, where they had the space inside their forward 50 and just being able to hit Conlon at every opportunity. If he's going to get this type of service all year, he's going to be the best, the most dangerous forward in the competition.
How many for the Tigers with Jesse Wilson back on? Sorry to...
Oh, that's good.
Robbie?
Great news for the Tigers. Here's Conlon. 45 out directly in front. Kick on the way. There's a bit of movement left. The gold umpire agrees. So 2 goals, 1 to Jacob Conlon. How many marks inside forward 50 for the Tigers, Brad?
It's already up to 8 from 11 entries inside forward 50. So they've been able to lower their eyes beautifully and able to hit their targets when they need to find them.
Yeah, so Jesse Wilson okay for the Newmarket, Chris O?
Yeah, he's back on there. He had a little bit of treatment on the right shoulder there, but hopefully just a stinger. And, yeah, back on there and back on the ground, which is great news for the Tigers.
Yeah, certainly is. Hourigan with it. About 40 out from their own goal. Now he wants to switch play. He's going across to McPherson, takes the mark and he's away on Jacob Conlon, gets it on the boot now. McPherson sends it out towards Riccardi. Good mark.
Great
running
kick.
with the flight of the ball that was pinpoint accuracy, and away goes Riccardi. Look at that. They like these long kicks down the ground. I like it from the Saints. Witter Irving couldn't take the mark. Lucas Conlon goes back to unthank. Tigers defence holding up here to Page. Oh, that's a worry. Forrest comes in to interrupt the play. Ball out of bounds. Oh, Grills must have been nervous. My goodness, Chris Mitchell, that was dangerous for the Newmarket.
Yeah, that was a win for the Saints there to lock it and cause another stoppage there, but very dangerous going across goal. My father used to say he'd never allowed to do that, but it's very common these days, isn't it?
He didn't see the forest for the trees sort of thing, lads. Inside forward 50. Kick off the ground was good by Alex Jones. In ball in dispute, Luke Daly, clever Gavin, handballed to his good mate O'Hara. Lovely weighted kick, finds Elliot Powell. But that's the end of the first quarter action here. It was for A-grade oils and batteries. What a great game, very entertaining. But it's the Tigers at quarter time, have the lead, 3-6-24, Myrtleford 2-3-15.
Yeah, it certainly is. A great start to this footy game. Super opening turn brought to you by A-grade oils and batteries. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Wodonga Pumps and Mowers, your Davey and Onga specialists.
O&M Live.
Mike's alive. Yeah, the Albury Sports Ground is where it's at. And at the first break, it is the Albury Tigers 3-6-24, leading the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 2-3-15. A great start to this football game. Let's go around the grounds and catch some of the other round two scores. Freaky, what have we got?
Yeah, in some of the games at the moment, the Ovens and Murray, Yarrawonga leading North Albury 40-8. In the Birreley Park, all these games will be roughly around about quarter time as well. Raiders up by 4 points against the Wangaratta Rovers there at Birreley Park at the moment. Obviously, the last game of the round, Lukey, starts tonight at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it certainly does, Freaky, and we'll be heading there shortly after 5. Can't wait for that. The Maggies and the Doggies. And we've got Blake Ascott, Gus McLeod, also Dan Vaccaro and Scott Montgomery down there. Can't wait for that. That will be an absolute ripper, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And look, speaking of ripper, this game has certainly got all the makings of it. I think one thing, I really like the style of footy that Myrtleford are playing. There's a bit of bravado and risk to it. And if on a quick turnover, it might make you pay. But to be honest, I just really like the mindset that Craig Miller's got the boys playing here at the moment. Get it in quick as you can, because as we said in the call, Albury once you give them a moment of time, Brad, they get themselves so well organised.
Yeah, absolutely. If we have a look at the Optus quarters best for that first quarter for the Albury Tigers, we look at Alex Jones, I thought was outstanding in the middle of the ground, and Braden O'Hara as well. His deadly left foot was absolutely everywhere. And if we have a look at the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, I thought Austin Wicks across their half-back line was really strong, did a few really nice things. And Winter Irving in the forward half, I thought he had a presence up there, Luke, and really threw his weight around at times and was influential in a lot of the attacking forward plays for the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely, Freaky. He has been a focal point. Rightio, let's go down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. We saw Chriso at both huddles. Did you get any news, Chris?
Got a little bit of news. So they want to lift the work rate. That was Sean Daly's message in the Tigers huddle. Back to basics, and they don't want to zone off straight away in defence. But that's something the Saints want. Craig Miller was imploring his defenders to attack the ball and zone off when they need to, and take advantage of this breeze in this second quarter.
Great work, Chris. Fantastic. The second term brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers here on O&M Live. Freaky, how did our inside 50s end up? at the end of the first term.
Yeah, if we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet, it ended up even at the end of the first quarter there, Luke, 11 apiece. It was a very even quarter of football where Albury obviously had the 9 shots from the 11 entries and Myrtleford only the 5 from their 11 entries as well. So the Tigers been able to hit the scoreboard regularly. But the most impressive stat for mine for Albury was the 8 marks inside forward 50 in that first quarter from the 11 entries as well. So their midfield group really lowering their eyes, which has been well led as well by Elliot Powell, who's had 6 disposals in that first quarter.
Yeah, wonderful stuff. So the Saints and Tigers about to get it on for the second term again. Brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Here is Robbie McKinlay.
Thanks, Lukey. And we are underway. Muller goes up against Forrest. Del Bosco gets the ball inside forward 50. Gilmore and Sharp. Gilmore tracked it. Backed up nicely there by Spencer Jones. Left foot kick is okay. It finds Jimmy Grills. Goes short. It's a little bit too cute. Not picked up. Riccardi did well. He was over the footy. He paddled it. He knocked it forward. And he's got a boundary throw in. 75 metres around from the Albury Tigers goal. We've just started the second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers, and Albury lead 24-15.
Let's see what happens here from this boundary throw in. Muller got a left-hander with Alex Jones, who had a great opening term. Forrest just slipped when he went to kick it. Muller back out the side to Elliot Powell, also had a good turn, but Maraca steals it and then goes with a scrubby old kick. Lucas Conlon did nicely for the Tigers in defence. Off to Grills and then to Braden O'Hara and gets it on that nice left foot to Kelly. Good ball movement from the Tigers. Then a short 25-metre kick trying to find Conlon on the half-forward flank for the yellow and black. Nicely back to O'Hara. Left foot down towards Garlett. 2 bites of a cherry, and the umpires paid the mark. Chris Mitchell, that was wonderful footy for the Newmarket.
It was beautiful play from Braden O'Hara, just worked beautifully along the wing here, sprinted probably 40 metres, 50 metres, and then got the second bite of the cherry there from Conlon. It was a great pick-up, and then there was no way Jeff Garlett was going to miss that one.
Jeff comes in and kicks a goal to the Elm Street end, and that is a nice start of his second term for the yellow and black as we go back to Freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, a couple of early inside 50s for Myrtleford again, but weren't able to hit the scoreboard. 1 entry for 1 goal for the Tigers there. We saw in that passage of plays Chris O'Rifle played, just their willingness to want to take the game on. Even Big Ben Kelly, who had the lead up, turned straight away, hit Jacob Conlon, gave the beautiful handball out, which led to Garlett taking the mark in the goal square.
I should say the Hume Street too.
And there's elms down there, I can tell. There's some lovely elms down there.
There is.
But I reckon you can almost call Albury's footy is sort of wheel and go, isn't it? They just love to get it, and they set up for it. They know if they're going to go, you've got to be ready to move, and it's good footy to watch. Jones again, he's been good. Here's Riccardi, been excellent for Myrtleford. Got a handball inside there. Booker went down after he kicked it. Riley Sharp gathered, got it to Sam Martin. Handball just missed Maraca. He had a swing and a miss. Then he picked it up on the left foot. A chance here for Hilton Joyce. Off the left foot, kicks a Sunjan goal of the day contender. And the Saints drag it back to under double figures. 3-3-21. The Tigers 4-6-30. And that is on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Chris Mitchell, you're down there for the Newmarket, mate. How about that for a bit of razzle-dazzle?
They made an absolute meal of it, didn't they? If there's a textbook goal, that wasn't in at all. I think it was Capillari, wasn't it? Had a bit of a swing and a miss at it. And Maraca and just fell to Hilton Joyce. But, quick reply there for the Saints.
Yeah, very good. We've got a wonderful game on our hands here at the sports ground. Ball back in the middle. And the umpire sends it up. Forrest and Muller. Ball to ground. Forrest goes again. Did well for his team. Then got legged. So he will get it back. Nice follow-up from the ruck contest.
Geez, the umpiring's been good.
It has.
It's been fantastic.
Off to Del Bosco. Martin swings around. Gets it on the left foot. Delivers in. Oh, nice mark back there. Taken by Hodgson over Bren. And the Tigers hold up once again. Short one. Hilton Joyce came around with it. Got it. McManaman's got it as he played on. And they send it in again now. Young for the Saints. Heading towards goal. Bouncing. Bedendo gets there. He's wrapped up by Tigers across the line and it's gone through for one behind. Great pressure from both teams as we go back down to you, Chris, over the Newmarket.
Yeah, great work by Hilton Joyce to shrug off not only one but 2 Tigers. I thought one was going to be enough and get caught, but and then he sent it long into the square. But, great work also by Bedendo to keep it alive there momentarily.
5 inside 50s to 1 to start this second quarter for Myrtleford on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Gee, that's good. Just in 4 minutes of play too on the Macca's time clock.
Del Bosco and Sam Martin really stepped up this quarter for the Saints, haven't they, around the ball?
Here's a go for Levi Young, and he's been prominent too, Mitch, so I'd like the work of Levi Young. He missed an opportunity to kick a goal in that first quarter, but he's just got a good bit of size about the lad.
Quite stringy, isn't he? Looks, great athlete.
When he fills out, he'll be a big lad. Forrest is really working hard here. Maraca kicks a high one inside forward 50. Keep an eye on Curtis. Was he infringed? Play on's a call. Went to Irving. Handball over the top to the Bren gun. The Bren gun can't quite gather it. He ran out of ammo, and it's been rushed through for a minor score. It is 30-23. This is a good game of footy, and we're doing this one for the for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers second quarter action.
Wilson takes the mark 30 out from the Tigers' goal at the Smollett Street end. Goes to Jones, and Alex swings around. Now he's got O'Brien on the forward flank. Here he goes. Tom, he's going to come up against Charlie Chris. Tom O'Brien knocks it on. Good play to Jacob Conlon. Tries to get around his opponent. Heiner Hennessy scoops up the ball. Gets it on to Braden O'Hara. Out the back to Josh Gaynor. Curtis got him high, I thought.
No, but he ducked into it. That is a great call from umpire Glenn Peachy. Real good call.
Okay, so legged in the end, was it?
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball. Yep, he took him on and he ducked his head.
Curtis went to Del Bosco, and then wide to McPherson. So Saints have it in defensive 50, and they now get out and they go to Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs has it. He ran around Wollongong Jim and slipped a nice little handball to Capillari, who got himself in a bit of trouble. Kicks it to Chris. He's clean bowled. Lost leg stump. Recovered nicely, though. Handball to Wicks. Got it back inside to Del Bosco. That is a good tackle. Midfield.
Jake Page.
It was Jake Page. Gee, made up some ground there. That was a brilliant tackle. It was an ultimate fastness tough nut player of the day contender there, Lukey Francis.
It was, Robbie. And then Heiner Hennessy with a high ball inside 50 now to the Hume Street Ken Conlon. I just read the flight of the ball beautifully. The others caught under it. Chris Mitchell, great forward craft there from JC.
Yeah, he just sort of nudged the others under it, read it better than everyone else, and we know how strong he is above his head, so Conlon's going to go back. Already got a couple on the board. This will be number 3 if he kicks it.
3 inside 50s for Albury, so they want to capitalise with their second goal of the quarter.
Here he goes, Jacob Conlon. What an addition, the two brothers to the football club. Lucas and Jacob, no mistake. He kicks his third. It's on the board. The Tigers going so well. So I've almost gone, I'll have a look, I think almost 7 minutes on the Macca's time clock in the second term. And the score 36-23, thanks to C&B Truck and Bus.
He read the flight of the ball really well there, Jacob Conlon, but just watching the play coming in, Luke, he had too much space from his Myrtleford defender. It was allowed him to have a free run and jump basically at the ball as well. So someone as dangerous as him needs to have a body on him at all times, especially when the Tigers are going forward.
Muller to Powell, intercepted by Del Bosco, and it's a funny old game, isn't it? Myrtleford had a chance to go back-to-back goals there, just missed it. It was an easy opportunity, and then Albury take it down and kick a goal. So, probably a 10 or 11 point swing around there, potentially. It's a good game of footy. Kick off the ground. In towards half. Oh, gee, didn't Jacobs get tumbled over there? They'll relieve off half back. Chance here coming through was Wilson. Look away, handball was magnificent to Powell. Powell under pressure. Tackle was good. Coming through hard here was Riley Bice. Sees Wollongong Jim all on his own. Half forward flank. 45 out from Gold. Thought about passing off to Hodgson. Now he does. He'll go short. And here's Big Ben Kelly. Takes a good mark. 35 out. Directly in front. They're finding gaps inside forward 50.
Yeah, they're just working well for each other down there in the forward half of the Tigers, giving each other a little bit of extra space to be able to run and jump at the ball. And Ben Kelly read the fly of the ball there, and they're just working really smart. Obviously, had the 8 marks inside forward 50 in the first quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet, already up to 4 in the second.
There's no match-up for Ben Kelly, but how about the give and the go there in the centre of the ground there from Jesse Wilson, first class, set them up for the goal.
Kelly, a studded approach. The kick's good, though. Big Ben nails one. He kicked 2 last week. He's got another one today. The Tigers stretch that lead out to 19 points, 6-6-42 to 3-5-23. And that is on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Jim Grills has got busy in this second quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's already up to the 3 disposals in this term. He had 3 in the first quarter, so he's getting more around the ball. The co-captain, he's been really influential, and he does get the ball in and around the forward half for the Tigers.
Yeah, and Brad Freck's comment was spot on. There's a couple of Tigers that could have pushed down in that play, but they elected to keep the leading lanes open, and that allowed Kelly to just roll out and take that mark. Good footy. Bice on to Page. Here they come again. Jake Page, who got tackled in the end. Hodgson goes to ground. Bice got a hand to it. Players bore in.
And he's back.
In the back. And the Saints will get it. To McCarroll, on to Riccardi, and they waste no time. High ball. Who's going to take this? Hits the ground. Muller grabs it with two hands. Out the back to Jesse Wilson. On to O'Hara. He's spinning, trying to get out of trouble. Almost went into it in the end. And then Wilson. He's done well since he went back on the ground.
Hurt too, boys.
To Hodgson. We'll get back to that. Braden still on the deck. And then Hourigan feeds off to Capillari for the Saints, and here they come as they go forward. And a nice mark, Declan Breen coming out, about 30 out to the Smollett Street end. That was good footy in the end, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it was a great mark too by Bren, who had someone up his tail. Pretty close checking there from the Tigers. But a quick ball movement, and I think they're not afraid to take the game on, which is going to be a good spectacle for the fans here.
Keep an eye on Braden O'Hara too, Mitch. He's coming off, mate.
Yeah, some sort of leg injury by the looks. Hopefully it's not a hamstring, which he's had trouble with in the past.
This would put the Saints within 13 points. Declan Breen, wasn't going to work. And just blown a chance on goal to the Smollett Street end. 42 plays 23 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Second term brought to you by Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. 42 plays 24. Here's Robbie McKinlay.
Gilmore under pressure, got it to McMenamin, got it back to Gilmore, got an inside handball to Hodgson. Hodgson beautifully timed handball over the top, back to Gilmore. Riley Bice couldn't grab it. Good pressure. Del Bosco spun. Handball to Hugh Wales. His handball release was excellent. Found Maraca. Maraca goes short. What's he got on offer here? Here's against the young Bedendo. Goes wide. His option there was Riley Booker. Intercepted by Page for Albury. Off the left foot. Kicks it to open spaces. It's Hourigan and Powell. Powell making a bit of ground here now. Sounds like a horse race, doesn't it? Elliott's quick. Got a handball to Luke Daly. Luke Daly goes long. Here's Kelly. Ben Kelly takes the mark. Now the goal umpire is going to double up here and say that is out of bounds. Brad Freak, you were watching that like a hawk. No, it is going to be a boundary throw in.
I think they're going to have a bit of a talk about and see what
Should
happens.
be out on the full then, shouldn't it?
Yeah, because I think he took it clean. It wasn't a juggled mark.
It's a very good point.
Throw it in. Well, there you go. Well, it was like a summit in the end.
He's a bit stiff. It should have been a mark.
Take it away, Luke Francis.
Yeah, it's beautifully called by Robbie McKinlay. Love the description, but it's been...
Getting into your ground there, wasn't I?
It's been pinched by the boundary umpire there, Robbie.
Sorry about the horse racing, mate. I know that's your area.
I enjoyed it. Jacob Conlon off to Jones. O'Brien trying to pick it up. Look at the Saints just pounce on him. Then Jacobs off to Hilton Joyce. That was good. Then to Capillari. Maraca, in fact, looking for Winner Irving. Oh, good mark, Lucas Conlon. That was fantastic.
He's a great player, mate.
He's
this
super.
Boy, he is getting better and better.
The Bookend brothers, Jacob and Lucas, one at each end of the ground. Gainer went to O'Brien, on to Hodgson, and then Hodgson on the right boot. Look at that for an entry. Jacob Conlon winding up at the back. Kelly, though, he'll get it this time in the field of play. And again, good footy, Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, that quick movement from the Tigers there. Great work on the wing here. And Kelly, there's no matchup for him. So if he gets a good look at it, look out for the Saints defenders.
Yet again, Jacob Conlon being selfless, just shepherding a little bit of the Myrtleford defender to give Ben Kelly a free run and jump at that ball.
Absolutely right. At one stage, he looked like he was going to launch, but he didn't. Elected to stay on the ground, and Ben Kelly has kicked the goal. 48 plays 24. That's a double for Kelly. 48-24 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, and we've almost gone, just over 13 minutes now on the Macca's time clock. Back to you, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, just running away a little bit on the scoreboard, aren't they? And that'll be interesting to see how the young Saints respond mentally, and hopefully keep attacking the game, which I think Craig Miller, that'll be the message from him up in the box.
Eight inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet for Myrtleford to start this quarter, so they've had plenty of ball in their forward half, just haven't been able to capitalise, where you see the Tigers at the other end from their 6 inside 50s have been able to capitalise, and I think that's the four goals in this quarter as well. So just taking more of their opportunities when they get them, the Tigers.
Ben Kelly replicating what he did 6 days ago. He kicked back-to-back goals in the second term against Yarrawonga at Mulwala.
Yes.
So and he was probably a bit stiff to be robbed of that mark, but he would have preferred the shot he had from directly in front. So another good option. But again, as Brad Freak alluded to, selfless work there by Jacob Conlon. Bice, clever, handball. O'Hara's back on the ground. That's good signs for the Tigers. Handball was smothered. Nice work by Hilton Joyce. Gee, I like the look of this lad. He looks an absolute beauty as the breeze picks up. Now, Winter Irving has it on centre wing for the Saints. Goes short, and he finds Alex Jacobs.
Jacobs has got it, so just down in front of our broadcast position, and Alex goes with about a 40-metre kick looking for Riley Sharp. Defensive fist from Gilmore, sees the ball out of bounds, and we will have a boundary throw-in. So 48 plays 24 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Look,
Robbie?
Both last goals Aubrey have kicked. Just before that, Myrtleford have had a chance to kick a goal and have missed. It's a tough game at times.
Exactly. And gee, you don't need to be a little. You only have to be a little bit off the mark for Tigers take advantage, don't you, Robbie?
Yep,
and
so
they
true.
are away. Jones, sweeping kick out of bounds on the full. And we've just got, a great game to watch here, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, it is. And the Saints are trying to keep it in their 50 at the moment, and just a good bit of pressure there to force Jones to kick it out on the full.
Nick Ferguson, kick's a good one. Winter Irving, that's not a great one. That's a wobbly old finger breaker, mongrel, up-country punt kick. That one, if you've ever seen it. It works its way at the back here to Riley Bice. Kicks it long. That's a beautiful kick. Finds Conlon off the left foot now. Good one. Here's a go now. Heiner Hennessy spotted Page. He was all on his own. You heard Brad Freak call out for it. Oh, what a tackle! He come from nowhere. It might have been the Hourigan, was it?
Hourigan.
It was indeed. Gee, made up some traffic there, and he knocked him over, and he's going to win the free kick. That is great closing speed from the big fella there, Luke Francis. It's 48-24. The Tigers lead.
And Lockie Hourigan, he missed his teammate, and Sam Martin has gone out of bounds. So the tackle was superb, but the kick not so good. Anyway, we'll have a boundary throw in. The core team of Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Robbie McKinlay and Luke Francis, brought to you by McRae Motors. Don't forget, shortly after 5 today, we'll be heading to Wang for the super matchup between the Maggies and the Bulldogs. That one's at Normins as the Tigers come through. Power forward, Garlett, one out, wins it now, gets the handball off to Jacob Conlon. Nice centering kick to Heiner Hennessy, but couldn't take it. Wicks did okay, got back, brought the mark to Booker, and then back to Ferguson, along the ground, rolling ball, good contest at the arc of the 50.
Great work by Wicks, to stop a certain mark in straight in front of goal, about 25 metres out, goal-saving mark there.
He's been good, Austin Wicks. Austin Powers, we might have dubbed him last year. Muller won another tap. Capillari under pressure was tackled. He had no prior opportunity. So, guys, one thing and they may have done it, maybe get Simon Curtis a bit more around the ball at the moment. He spent a lot of time up forward and bit starvation corner. Here's Elliot Powell. Runs into an open goal and puts it through. Elliot Powell, a Sunjan goal of the day contender. He is deadly in that situation. He nailed one at Mulwala 6 days ago. He doesn't miss many of them, Elliot Powell. And the margin now, it starts to sneak out. It's out to 5 goals now, Brad Freak. And that is on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Yeah, Elliot Power up to 11 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet with that goal as well. He's been really dynamic in his leg speed. He's been able to break away as well. If we have a look at the other, Jim Grill's up to 3 disposals in this quarter. So is Riley Bice and so is Jake Gaynor as well. 4 disposals for the Myrtleford captain, Mitch Del Bosco, to start this game. Only the 7 inside 50s for Albury in this second term, but just being able to take full advantage when they go forward.
What a nightmare lining up on Elliot Power, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, if he's got a couple of metres on you, look out, because they pretty much gave up knowing they weren't going to catch him.
Yeah. And then the Saints, Maraca, Hilton Joyce, Grills has got him. And then Hilton Joyce, Maraca again. Did he drag it in? Umpire's going to let him off the hook. Good decision. And we will have a ball up. So just left to centre wing here on the broadcast side. Good afternoon to you. O&M Live, 1494 2AY and 1566 3E in Wang. Hope you're enjoying the action this afternoon. Grills on to O'Hara and then out wide to Wilson. Done so well after going off, copping a one on the shoulder.
And this is where they hurt you too, isn't it, the Tigers on the spread? They work so hard when they don't have the footy running forward. It's very hard to keep up with.
Luke Daly in his 250th half-forward flank, just short for Conlon, and then Jacob. Look at that. Try to get Hodgson. Jacobs came in, and the Saints clear up Ferguson and on to Booker.
Yeah, Booker, he's got to be precise. He is. Finds Capillari. He's a left footer right in front of the Albury Tigers club room. It says Albury Tigers. Tradition lives here. It certainly does. It's a short pass. It's a good one. Finds Alex Jacobs. Now he's going to come right through the middle of the ground. finds Riccardi. Conlon just good closing speed there. Just didn't allow Riccardi to play on, and now they get numbers back. This is what the Tigers do really well. If you look down the ground 50 yards ahead of the play, they've got numbers everywhere, and that's exactly what happens as Wilson comes out it now. Gathered, left foot kick long. Conlon will mark it and give it to Jeffy Garlett, I reckon. No, he spots Heiner Hennessy. He marks. He might play on. No, he won't. He decides he'll go back. He had a couple of options there, did Conlon. In the end, he went to the bleached blonde of Heiner Hennessy.
Jesse Wilson's beautiful work again, and we've spoken about him a few times, but just went straight down the middle of the ground with a 40-metre kick, and very hard to stop when Conlon gets it. And they're streaming forward, the Tigers.
8 inside 50s in this second quarter now for the Tigers. How
many?
8 to 9. Myrtleford's had more, but they haven't been able to take advantage.
Not a bad Heiner Hennessy. Just got a bit of outswing going there. Did Heiner Hennessy, and he has missed to the right-hand side. So 8-7, 55 Albury Tigers. Myrtleford 3-6, 24. That's on the Macca's time clock. We've gone 20 minutes, and that's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Luke Francis.
Yeah, Robbie G, in the blink of an eye, the Tigers have got right away, haven't they?
Yeah, and that's what they do, mate, if you don't take opportunity against them.
Absolutely. Kelly goes inside 50 again. Oh, nice mark, Charlie Crisp. Almost so played on. Thought that was a little tough. Yeah. And now Riccardi, he'll go with a short ball to Maraca. That was okay. So they have it on half-back now, the Saints. Nearly took off there. Saw something he liked. It was Tom Capillari. Maraca now goes over Capillari. Wilson, he's playing a very good game. McPherson for the Saints, so front and square. Got it to Capillari. Wild ball inside 50 for the Saints. Have a Smollett Street end. Coming out was Bren. And there's going to be a free kick here, because that was silly from Brent, a little frustrated. And Luke Daly might be away on centre wing.
Yeah, great pass it was from O'Hara. Daly didn't get it on the first bite. He worked hard back at the footy. Couldn't get it. It'll be shut down. And, guys, I reckon there's no doubt about it. Brad, have you got the stats for Simon Curtis? He kicked the first goal of the game, but he just hasn't been in the play. They've got to find a way of getting him around the ball.
Yeah, he's only had 4 disposals for the game on the 40-wing stat sheet. He's probably one of their most influential and best ball users, as you rightfully touched on there, Rob. He probably needs to be around the footy a bit more. He's standing down nearly a full forward for Myrtleford at the moment, so probably needed to get him around the ball a little bit more.
Well, Powell and O'Hara had a 1-2. 3 handballs to O'Hara, 2 to Powell. The ball still hasn't gone anywhere at the moment. It's in dispute. Hodson, clever handball over the top. Garland under pressure. Dropped the footy. Might have got one high. Play on was a call. That's okay. Huey Wales handballs. Here's a chance now for Hilton Joyce. Had one bounce. Ran through the middle of the ground. Got through traffic. Tommy O'Brien. He shimmied one way. And Tommy O'Brien has been penalised for pushing him in the back. You're a little bit stiff, Tommy. A little bit stiff. Riley Booker's got the mark. 70 out from goal. Take it away, Luke.
Yeah. There, he felt robbed, that is for sure. And then 1 inside 50, but Hodgson got it for the Tigers. Now Hodgson. So it came from Unthank. And now Muller, one-on-one with Jacobs. Muller tried to kick it to his advantage. Ferguson for the Saints. Muller tried to nail him. Wales, Wilson, Gaynor, ducking and weaving. Look at that. And now he's got Garland on. Nice footy. Terrific from Josh Gaynor. Good vision as we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, they wanted Jakey Gaynor's work rate to lift, and if that was any indication, it certainly has in this second quarter. And the Tigers are running right at the moment. And Jeffy Garlett's going to have another shot at goal to try and put the number 9 through for the Tigers.
There's no way Isaac Muller was bending down to pick up that ball here.
No way.
He's going to soccer it.
Nor should he.
You know, that's it. If I was as tall as him, I wouldn't either. Here he goes, Jeff Garlett. Hume Street end, looking for the Tigers' 9th. No, that is one behind. So 56.
He kicked that left foot.
Yeah, I was just saying, he's on his right leg, on his hammy, he looks like he's got some strapping on there at the moment. I was very surprised when he used his left foot then.
56 plays 24 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, and we've almost gone 23 and a half now, Robbie, on the Macca's time clock.
Ashton McPherson played on, and he's kicked it to Wicks, who marks at half-back. And Wicks now told to play on. Kick. It's in a group of Tigers there. The ball spills free to work out okay. Sam Martin's hands were very clever indeed. Del Bosco on the fly. Kicked it, but there's no one home. Conlon there. He reads the ball as well as anyone in this league. Muller marks. Capillari, he's got to be careful. Good, sensible umpiring from Glenn Peachy. Half volley grab there by Gaynor. quickly kicks it high. Heiner Hennessy holds his ground, gets it, regathered, clever handball to O'Hara. Can he keep it in? He flicked it out the back to Garlett, and it was knocked through. I think Sam Martin might have been the one that eventually got a leg to it, and it's gone through for a rush by. And it was all happening. It was like a gold square scramble in a game of soccer there, just waiting for the centre forward to parry it in. And another minor score, 57-24, Albury lead.
Yeah, that was perfect description. Oh, no. Hourigan's coming out from fullback and he's hit Luke Daly. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, the Saints are just turning it over in defence. It's going to cost them again here. But, Heiner Hennessy, probably a little bit unselfish. He was just trying to pass one off to O'Hara, who was in a different position, probably closer to goal, but could have gone around and had a shot himself.
Luke Daly looking at his second. So he got one in the opening term to the Smollett Street end. Now he kicks to the Hume Street end. Let's see what Luke can do here. Oh, gee, that's nice contact with the footy. It's got the legs. It's marked by Ben Kelly. Right on the line. So either way, it's going to be a Tigers goal here, Chris.
Surely he could have known the situation and just shepherded it through, boys.
It's a good point. Freaky, 40-week stat sheet as Kelly kicks a goal.
Yeah, they're absolutely running right in this quarter now. The Albury Tigers, they're up to 11 inside 50s. Where Myrtleford have had 10 as well. They've had their opportunities, but they've now taken the 8 marks inside forward 50. So the Tigers are all over them at the moment. If we go around the grounds in the Ovens and Murray in the other games that are taking place at the moment, between North Albury and Yarrawonga up by 31 points, 60-29, and maybe a potential upset brewing at Burleigh Park. Wodonga Raiders still up by 5 points against the Wangaratta Rovers, 39-34. There, both games you would assume are just before half time as well.
Yep, so we've got 63 plays 24. The Tigers up here on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. Robbie McKinlay calling beautifully for McRae Motors, and we're just waiting for the ball to make its way back to the centre, Robbie.
Yeah, that's going to be a dangerous one for the Rovers there, because they'll be feeling good about their performance last week in the derby, and it was probably well celebrated. Raiders, no one knowing much about them, and they've come out and they've given them a little bit of everything at the moment.
Yeah, it's good to see from the Raiders. Obviously, they'll be a big day as well, because they've got their girls playing after the seniors tonight as well on the twilight. So a big day for the Wodonga Raiders. So hopefully they can get it off with a good start.
Forrest got the tap against Muller. Now here's a chance. They're through the middle of the ground. They'll clear it through Maraca, and the kick's a good one. Now Winter Irving's got to go back and have a shot here. They need to. He'll go short, looking for Curtis. Curtis might have got a push. Play on was the call. Riley Bice was good. Got a handball to Jones. Quick hands by Conlon. Back to McMenamin. Tommy O'Brien says it's all yours, Hodgie. Hodgson takes the mark on centre wing. Ball movement is fantastic. Conlon grabs it, plays on. He wheels around, sees Big Ben. He's kicked free already. Can't mark that one. Good defensive work. Bendendo got it back to Martin. Martin kicks it to centre wing. Sharp can't mark. Ball comes to ground. Tigers will relieve again here, Luke.
Alex Jones, that's right, Robbie, and they're about to reload again. Or Jones then kicks it off the ground. And there's a siren to bring half-time. So at the long break, it is the Albury Tigers 9-9-63, leading the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 3-6-24. It's been a good half of footy, but I tell you what, didn't the Tigers turn it on in that second term? They burst away from the Saints. We'll have to have a look and see what happens in the second half here from the Albury Sports Ground. We'll get to a break. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on.
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Polaris dealership, Shoeback Street, Albury.
O&M Live.
And my clock.
2AY.
Welcome back to O&M Live. This is the halftime break brought to you by Elders Rural. My name is Chris Mitchell and with me is Freaky. Freaky, a great second quarter there for the Tigers against Myrtleford, leading by 39 points a game high.
Yeah, absolutely. Just their ball use through the middle of the ground. They're able to get their numbers behind the ball. We saw a couple of times, especially one really outstanding play where Jesse Wilson went up and I think you called it perfectly out there. Chris just got intercepted the mark and beautiful kick went from basically 50 to 50. Hit Jacob Conlon who passed it on to Colby Hannah-Hennessy, which I don't think ended in a goal, but that epitomised the ball movement and the way that Albury's been able to use the ball as well. Myrtleford have certainly had their opportunities, but just haven't been as clinical in front of goal as what the Tigers have.
I'm glad you mentioned Jesse Wilson because he was absolutely outstanding and probably epitomises what the Saints don't have is a Lucas Conlon and a Jesse Wilson, those two big experienced key defenders, not only marking but setting the play up down the middle of the ground there.
Yeah, well, you can see in their back half, especially in front of Winter Irving and then Sharp in Myrtleford's forward half, always one of Wilson or Conlon are always filling that hole. They might even sometimes have young Hamish Gilmore on the actual player, but just being able to float off into fill the hole, similar to what a Lee Masters would be doing for Yarrawonga as well. So to have someone like that, and then the way they use the ball going the other way, it sets up so many attacks for them. It's probably the best 1-2 defensive pairing in the competition, absolutely, and they're really damaging from that back half, and then when they get their leg speeds involved, like Elliot Powell and Jake Gaynor and the like that, Riley Bice as well, they're really damaging and really hard to slow down the Tigers.
Now I'll get you to have a look at the other games that are going on in round 2 of the Ovens and Murray Football Netball League. I'll go through the goal kickers so far. Ben Kelly, absolutely outstanding. Former ruckman, obviously, being pushed forward at the moment for the Tigers, and they don't really have a matchup for him. He's got 3 goals. Jacob Conlon also has 3, and the singles to Luke Daly in his 250th. Nearly had another one. Ben Kelly marked on the line, could have shepherded it through, and Elliot Powell and Jeffy Garlett also have hit the scoreboard. And for the Saints, there's been singles to Joshy Maraka and Sam Hilton-Joyce. But around the grounds, how's everything looking there?
Yeah, in the game at Button Park at the moment between North Albury and Yarrawonga, again, I'm pretty close. We must be about half-time there too. Yarrawonga up by 25 points, 60-35. And in the Birrelea Park, a little bit of an upset maybe brewing. Wayne Garada Rovers have now taken the lead in that game, 47-45. So good for the Raiders to start the year strongly in their first half. Let's see if they can carry it on for the second half going into that game, Chris.
And obviously the big match tonight to follow us on this broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a massive clash down there in Wangaratta between obviously the Magpies and the Bulldogs. Dogs have probably have had their best start to a season in a long, long time. So they're ready.
Only played one game, mate.
The Dogs have played
a couple of games.
The Dogs have played two, so they're up and running. So, but the Maggies though, they want to bounce back from that loss last week against the Rovers. So it's a really crucial clash as well. Obviously, as I think Lukey said earlier in the game, the Maggies wouldn't want to let that one slip to let the likes of the Rovers, the Tigers, and the Bulldogs as well get a few game jump on them, because also next week Magpies have got Yarrawonga, so that potentially that some of these sides are there around them in the mark could be 3 games ahead of them before they even get 4 points on the board. So
yep.
Yeah, so interesting clash down there at the moment, this evening, I should say, Chris.
Obviously, Wangaratta can't get the points for the first 2 games. It didn't really matter last week, and lost against the Rovers in the Wang Derby, and what a thriller that was. I think it was 3 points in the end, but can't get the points tonight either against Wodonga, but would be desperate, obviously, as you said, and rightly highlighted. They don't want to get these other premiership contenders ahead of them on the ladder before they can start earning them against Yarrawonga, mind you.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd just be good for morale around the group, I would say, more than anything, if they're able to stop Wodonga getting the 4 points and being able to get on top of them themselves as well. So it was outstanding there. If we have a look at the 40 Winks stat sheet for this first half at this game between Albury and Myrtleford, Elliot Powers, the leading disposal getter on our sheet. He's had 12 disposals, 9 for Riley Bison, 8 for Jake Gaynor for the Albury Tigers. For Myrtleford, Brodie Riccardi's had the 11. I liked his game so far, and Sam Martin has had 9 as well for Myrtleford. Chriso?
Craig Miller, what's your message going into this second half for the Saints to get them back in the game?
Well, I've really liked how they've actually tried to play the game. They've really tried to take it on. Just a couple of times their skills have let them down, and any mistake that they've made, the Tigers have absolutely burnt them going the other way as well. So, and Robbie was one that I probably agree that he called for it during that second quarter there. Simon Curtis, unless he's got carrying potentially an injury that we don't know about, probably needs to get around the footy a bit more. He's only had the 4 disposals in the first half, and for mine, he's probably the most damaging player by foot that the Myrtleford Saints have got. So you need to get your prime ball winners in and around the mark against a quality side like Albury. So it'd be interesting to see where he plays in the second half and some moves that they make. I've liked that they've had the opportunities. They've had 22 inside 50s. Albury's had 23, and Albury's had 18 scoring shots from their 23 entries. So where you look at Myrtleford, have had the 22, have only had 9. So kicking 3 goals, 6. If you can kick a little bit straighter, totally different ball game in this one. So, I mean, there's a lot to like for the Saints. They just need to get that little bit of polish, and if they don't get that little bit of polish, the Tigers are really going to burn them this second half, I think.
Well, Myrtleford had a great win in the netball, and we're going to go to Ray White Rural Netball Update with Ree and Tam.
This is the O&M Live Netball Wrap. Thanks.
And we're clear, guys.
To Ray
Cheers,
White
Jenna.
Rural.
Thanks,
I'm
mate.
Rhiannon
Thanks,
Harris
mate.
and Tam Matthews. We've just seen the round 2 action between the Myrtleford Alpine Saints and the Albury Tigers finish. Saints, the successes in their away game by 12 goals. Best on court for the Saints, Sally Botter in goal attack. 4 quarters from her was really fantastic.
Yeah, she played a
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
What do they do, Roy? Yeah, welcome back to O&M Live on a Saturday afternoon at the Albury Sports Ground, and the Tigers, the home team, with a nice handy break at the long break, 9-9-63 to the Saints, 3-6-24. Brad Freak and Chris Mitchell doing a super job at halftime with the Elders Rural halftime show. And Robbie McKinley, look at him just waving to his fans out the window. Who'd you see, Robbie?
Oh, just a young kid I taught play cricket one day. Yeah, just acknowledging his thanks and gratitude.
Taught him how to hit a six.
We're just talking at the admiring just that the Albury Tigers football team is very good and it's going good. But their off-field staff, seriously, I was just watching there's Chris Hyde, Manfi Miles just walking across there. And then you've got Sean Daly. And then you've got Lukey Packer now just following through there. We've seen down here Daniel Maher. Absolutely amazing. I'll tell you how good they even got an Olympic runner out there, Pat Scammell, who's on the he does all the interchanges and that.
Yeah,
we've got Paddy Scammell, so we've got the whole lot, mate. Yeah, but just their off-field staff, freaky. No wonder, mate, that the club's in a good position and the learning opportunities you've got at this club are just incredible.
Yeah, well, you have a look at throughout the seniors and the reserve side. They've got a lot of younger blokes coming through, and who better to learn from than these past greats of the club, really, to be able to push them forward into the future. And you can almost see, like, the sides that they are a part of, that Daniel Meyer spoke about earlier, they had that ruthless edge. You can kind of see that breaking in at the moment. Like last week we went down to Mulwala, any opportunity they got, they took it, and they didn't give them an inch. And today's the same against Myrtleford. They're not giving them an inch. Every time there's a bit of a turnover or a slip up or a half chance, the Tigers are all over them, going the other way and being able to really be damaging when they're going forward, Lukey.
Yeah, beautiful, Freaky. Rightio, let's go back down to Chriso. We know he's at ground level. What have you spotted there, Robbie?
He's busy talking to Anthony Miles down here. They're just having a great old chat down there, the Albury coach. And
he's still got his headset on.
And Mitch, that's fine. They're just catching up. And then there's our Pat. Now, who would look? You look at Pat Scammell now, a dual Olympian, Paddy. He's got a coffee. He's hobbling around there and... Yeah, but no, they're very well equipped, and they all do it in good fashion too. Like they're very humble. They don't sort of talk too much about what's happened in the past. It's all very much currently what's happening at the club and what they can do to continue to make it so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can just see that with the results that they're having. Obviously, the reserves had a really strong win as well. And then, obviously, the senior boys are well on their way at the moment as well. Lukey, to be able to pick up 4 points and have a really strong win to start the second win of the year.
Yeah, that's it, Freaky. Rightio, let's try Chris Mitchell now, because he was locked in conversation with Anthony Miles, as Robbie said. Chris, down to you on ground level. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, Lukey. Just trying to digest some of the amazing food there from the Albury Tigers Club. They really look after us, don't they? But, it looks like the weather might hold off. I haven't looked at the forecast yet, boys. Have you? I hope I don't get rained on. I'm going to come back up there with you.
I was going to say, we'll back you, Chris. You're down in it, so we're fine up here, mate. Tell us if it's okay if it gets a bit wet.
I think the wind has died down a little bit, though, which might make it a little bit even better of a contest in this third quarter.
Yeah, wonderful. So the Saints boys coming to the bench here, Freaky. We've got our Tigers boys coming over as well.
Lukey, the one I'm interested to look at is Simon Curtis, and I can only think that he must be carrying a bit of an injury because he's going to go forward again. So he spent most of the day there. What's those stats for 40 winks for Simon Curtis?
Yeah, he's only had the 4 disposals in the first half. So
that's an all-time low for any game Simon Curtis has played in the Ovens and Murray. So he must be carrying something.
Okay, big second half coming up from the sports ground. We're about to go here, and the Tigers have got a good break. 63 plays, 24, and Muller, and also Forrest in the ruck. Ball goes to ground. Umpire saying holding, and the ball's going to go to Josh Gaynor. So Josh in the orange boots, away goes for the Tigers. Just misses Luke Daly and Bice, and the mark is taken by Jacobs for the Saints. So he has it. A true centre-half back, wants to move it to Booker. Riley with the ball, now takes off with a short one to Riccardi. Riccardi to the outer side, and he gets McPherson.
Yeah, he does, and it's good gut running there from young McPherson. He went all the way from the back pocket, and he's got the ball now on the wing. But this is where they've been breaking down a little bit, just that slower movement into the ball, into the forward line there. Good work there by Sharp. And backing up there, quick handball by Muller was good. McMenamin was involved with Wilson. The ball comes back, intercepted by Curtis. Quickly goes at the goal square. Spencer Jones is there. It's going to beat him. It went over his head and it rolled out for a boundary throw in. Good position though here for the Saints. 10 metres around from the behind post. And they trail 63-24. Early stages. We're just gone over a minute. First quarter, boundary throwing. Muller grabbed it. Did he drop it? Play on's a call. Martin through traffic. Quick kick out of bounds. On the opposite side of the gold face there. Lukey Francis will be thrown in. 2 minutes gone. And that is on the... we're doing this one for A.T. Jones. And that is on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Yeah, big double header on O&M Live today. Tigers and the Saints. And then shortly after 5, as we said, off to Norm Inns for the Maggies and the Doggies. Can't wait for that. Powell weaving his way through, goes to O'Hara, then back to Powell. Great running, and then puts it on the boot inside 50. Jacob Conlon had to circle back, now picks it up, puts it on the right boot, round the body. He is an absolute gem. He can play football, that guy, Jacob Conlon. Robbie McKinlay, just how good is he? As a forward in the O&M, you've seen some beauties. Where does he sit?
Yeah, the way he's emerging and the way he continues to improve, and his craft, what he does in the forward line, he's one of the best all-round forwards I've seen for a while. We've seen a lot who either are good marks or they got strength, or you got But this bloke, he's as good at ground level as he is above his head.
And he's very selfless in that forward half as well. He's already kicked the 4, but he probably could have had more than that today already, Jacob Conlon. He's palmed off a few and passed them off where, he'd probably have the right to go back and have a shot with how dominant he has been inside that forward 50. So he's been absolutely sensational again, Lukey.
And reads the ball beautifully too, doesn't he? Just Elliot Power bursting away. He got on the end of that one.
Yeah, wonderful. So, ball back in the middle, and away we go.
Yep, it is indeed. They've got to get out of here. Here goes Myrtleford. Again, an inside handball to Hodgson. He's got room to run. He might have a look here. Hodgson lines him up, and it's... Well, Wicks saved it on the line. Benny Kelly went back. Wicks' second effort was fantastic. He provided the smother, and it's going to be a boundary throw in Bradfreak.
Yeah, just have to keep an eye on Brodie Riccardi there, boys. Looked like he got tackled and just got a little bit of whiplash on the ground. He's a bit ginger getting up to his feet, a bit slow to get up there.
Well, they wouldn't want to lose him. Brad, he's been probably one of their better players today.
Yeah, he's up to 12 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, so I think he's been really strong for the Saints.
Ball back into play. Conlon and Forrest in front. And the Saints bring it away. Hilton Joyce, right foot. Lucas Conlon tried to beat off winner Irving. Ball out of bounds. And the boundary umpire will take it. So 69 plays 24. The Tigers with a good lead here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Third term brought to you by A.T. Jones. And we've gone about close to 4 minutes here on the Macca's time clock. Back down to you, Chris O, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you're going to keep with Lucas Conlon on Winter Irving. I think he's provided a great target there for the Saints in only his second game. He'll get more cohesion with his new teammates as the season wears on.
Martin, a good tackle on Hodgson, and he's been pinged for incorrect disposal. Short ball, you just spoke about that man, Winter Irving. Marks, he delayed his handball. He should have gone the first time. He gave it to Hourigan, got it back to Winter Irving. Now to Sam Martin on his left foot. Kicks wide, going to make up ground here, the young fella for Myrtleford. He does okay, which was a Nick Ferguson. Now he gets a handball release into half forward, but well read there by Hamish Gilmore. Handball release to Jimmy Grills. He's got a bit of room to make a decision. He goes long, but Wollongong Jim, there was no one home except Huey Wales, who marks, plays on immediately, kicks long. Curtis is the target from behind. He marks!
Oh.
Gee, that's a good grab. A sensational grab there, elite body and paint, mark of the day, player of the day, call it what you like. But quick entry by Huey Wales and the forward line was excellent.
Yeah, just gave his forwards a little bit of time there as well, a bit of space to kick it into, and told the Simon Curtis and the others in there to go at the ball, and obviously just having the one-on-one contest, they took a really strong mark there, Simon Curtis. So hopefully if he is going to play forward, he can make a little bit of impact like he is at the moment.
35 out, directly in front. Lovely kick from Simon Curtis. He's one of the best in the business. And the Saints get their fourth goal. Curtis has got his second. And that is their first goal since the 3rd minute mark of the second quarter. So that stopped a run of 6 consecutive goals by the Tigers. And the margin now is back to 43 points. And we're doing this one for A.T. Jones.
Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. What's happening down there at ground level, Chris O?
Yeah, I just thought Hugh Wales might look for a different option there, but popped it up in the top of the square and just told his teammates where to lead, and a great mark there by Curtis to get the Saints back in the game.
Yeah, 39-point lead for the Tigers early in the third term. Maraka for the Saints slides in and takes a mark, and then he goes straight up the corridor for the Tricolours. Nice to Winter Irving. Just feigned the handball to Riccardi. Now a high ball inside 50. Brand Riley Sharp got hands to it, put it down. Hillary weaving through traffic for the Tigers. Just a hurried kick up towards centre half, back for the Tigers. Hilton Joyce. Muller had hold of him. Swings around, kicks it, falls into the hands of Jesse Wilson. And this guy, he's playing a game and a half, is Jesse, and then comes out to Josh Gaynor in the back pocket for the Tigers, Robbie.
He should have played in the 70s, Jesse Wilson, wouldn't he? He's just got so much 70s about him, the way he rolls.
He does.
Headband, mo, long hair. He could be at Woodstock, or was that in the 60s? Sunbury, there you are. Sunbury was a big concert.
Big tat on the back of the leg as well.
Oh, he's just made for it. This is good footy, though. Spencer Jones kicked beautifully to Jay Hillary, who chips it nicely to Jim Grills. Grills has got a couple of options here. And he eventually goes back to his first one, which was Hamish Gilmore, who marks between half-back and centre wing. We've gone 7 minutes, third quarter action for A.T. Jones. Aubrey leads 69-30. High up and under. Might have been smothered off the boot. Sitting under it was Benendo. Couldn't grab it. Quick kick back in. Half-forward chance for Sharp. Riley Sharp marks. 45 out. 45-degree angle, sees something he likes. It's a good kick too, good option, and Levi Young marks 40 metres out, almost directly in front.
It's just the opportunities like this the Myrtleford need to be taking that they weren't able to take in the first half. They're having plenty of opportunities. They've already had the 6 inside 50s in this third quarter, and they're going to looking to have a shot at kicking their second goal of the term already. Albury, the other way, have just been more clinical and more damaging when they have gone forward. But yeah, Myrtleford have had their opportunities. Let's see if they can start taking them in this second half.
8 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock, and third quarter action for A.T. Jones. And he comes now. Levi Young pushes it wide. A good grab by Declan Bren. A nice little leap. And he's a bit fancy, this lad. I reckon he'll back him from here. He might have tried a boomerang from there early in the day, did he, Lukey Francis, when you were calling the action? And this is a genuine opportunity for the young fella to do the check side. Depends where you're from, what area you grew up in. I like to call it the boomerang. He's done it on the left foot, and he has kicked it through for a point. So Declan Bren, either side of the body. He's got a few tricks. He missed on that occasion. 69-31. That's on the Inspiration Paint scoreboard. Albury lead Myrtleford.
And the Tigers don't muck around. Bice goes to Alex Jones, and he goes straight up the middle over the head of Kelly. And then Wicks comes in to try and make a contest of it, trying to mop it up at ground level. Top just touches it on to Hilton Joyce, puts it on the boot, and they go to about centre-half forward. Lucas Conlon went back with the flight and got it on the second grab. I reckon that was a mark. And then Riccardi comes flying through from the Saints, gets it on the right boot. Nice vision to Winner Irving. That was good.
Started in the middle of the ground there by Hilton Joyce, who's been a real game changer, hasn't he, for the Saints in the middle of the ground, being their best midfielder.
Yeah, him and Riccardi are so alike, aren't they?
Both had big games.
Riccardi up to 15 disposals now on the 40-wing stat sheet. Looks like he's brushed off that little bit of knock he got earlier in this term too.
The big man, Winter Irving. Can Kyle kick it? No, he doesn't like it at all.
Got to kick those.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Oh, he's just blown that chance. So that's unfortunate for the Saints.
Yeah, they probably could be 8 goals 4 instead of 4 goals 8. Lukey, I think that's realistic, mate.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, Robbie.
And it's just hurting at the moment as Gilmore takes the mark from the kick in. Nice kick too. Fine McMenamin. He'll chip it. They've got room here. Page marks, plays on. He's a left footer. He handballs over the top to Elliot Powell. Powell loves this situation. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Heiner Hennessy flies. Good defensive work from Austin Wicks, but Heiner Hennessy is going to get Wicks, so he's going to get a free kick. He is. And he goes short.
I think Jimmy Grills is down on the other side. Sorry, Robbie. And the trainers are rushing out to him. Doesn't look in a good way.
All right. Well, Lukey Francis, just keep an eye on him as Alex Jones intercepts, pumps the ball long. Guess who? Conlon, no. Kelly chipped in between him and Conlon's opponent, and big Ben Kelly, who's kicked 3, said, my time, Jacob, and he'll go back and shoot for number 4.
He's been really good in this forward role, especially last week and into this week as well. Again, Ben Kelly, he's obviously kicked the 3 goals today as he's lining up for number 4. Bit of a sort of a twin tower combination that they're starting to build up there. So really, really good stuff here for Benny Kelly.
Jacob Conlon has 4 for the Tigers. And Ben Kelly now comes in, and Ben Kelly's got 4 for the Tigers. So 4 each for the key forwards. Spells trouble for the Alpine Saints, and that's what it is. 11-9-75. They lead Myrtleford 4-8-32. And Brad Freak, you've just spotted something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like there's going to be a slight delay in play here. I'm not too sure. It looks like Jimmy Grills is down on the other side of the ground. Chris, I'm not too sure if you said he's getting up to his feet now. But
just a delay getting the ball back in the centre as well.
Looks like he's holding his nose.
And he's going straight off to the other side to the change rooms because he was on the club room side of the ground. So am I right thinking, Robbie and Luke, that if he goes off the ground like that, he can't return?
He didn't go on for... Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're right, Freaky. So he hasn't come through the interchange gates on the broadcast side, but you're right. He is holding up a towel to his nose or his face, so there must have been a bit of claret coming out. But Chris Mitchell picked it up straight away on that clubhouse side on centre wing, so hopefully he's okay.
He passed the ball, didn't he? And then, but after I was watching the play, I didn't see what might have happened. Or
75 plays 32. The Tigers up on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Gone about 12 minutes on the Macca's time clock. In this third term, Jones brought to ground. The Saints through Jacobs did well. And then he lays it off to Hourigan, tries to get it to Sharp, and Gilmore just pushed him out of the way. Umpire said it was fair. To the outer side, O'Brien Good build up here to Heine Hennessy. Bounces in front of him, takes the ball now and then puts it on the right boot, sends it down towards the Luke Daly direction, very wide. Wicks on his hammer, and the ball has gone out of bounds as we go to a freaky on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, Elliot Powell's up to 6 disposals in this third quarter for the Albury Tigers. He's been involved with a lot of their play in this term. Jake Gaynor's up to 3, and Brodie Riccardi's had the 4 for Myrtleford in this third term.
So boundary throw in. Muller, clever tap. Gaynor was there. Play on to call. Good decision. And they're going to ball it up just inside the Albury Tigers forward 50. They lead 75 to 32. We've gone 13 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Muller and Forrest. He's competed well, young Riley Forrest. Riccardi over the foot. He might have got a push. No, he hasn't. The umpire says, give it to me again. So just in a little bit of a start. But this is probably what Myrtleford have been, something they haven't been able to do. Is just slow it down a bit, stop that run of Albury. They've forced another ball up. Lukey Francis.
Yeah, you're right, Robbie. The core team of Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, Robbie McKinley and Luke Francis, brought to you by McRae Motors here on O&M Live as Riccardi just turns it over directly to Wilson. Gee, reads the play so well. And then guess who comes out? Jacob Conlon. Charlie Chris did nicely, though, on to Riccardi. He's got a man over the top, elects to bounce. Now he's gone. He had to give it, didn't he? Freaky?
Yeah, he certainly did then. He just had to give the first option and get the ball moving forward.
Hodson got the handball off Wilson. Conlon! He's going to get a free kick. If they don't pay the mark, it'll be a free kick because he would have marked it, but he was interfered with. And he's 40 out. He's in a pretty tight position. He's about 7 metres in from the boundary line. 35 out from goal. He's in the old grandstand forward pocket.
Right side of the ground for a right footer.
Yeah, and he does like to sort of come around and arc it a bit. He has 4. Just slightly moves to his right. Comes in, kick on the way, it's a beauty. Gee, that's a nice finish. And he likes it too. Finger in the air. He's got 5. Maybe that's what he was signalling. And they just are darting away now. It's 81 to 32. The Tigers are starting to stamp their authority here. 5 goals to Jacob Conlon, 4 to Benny Kelly. It's a good afternoon's work thus far for the Albury Tigers. We're doing it for A.T. Jones. Chris Mitchell for the Newey. Got to love the work of Jacob Conlon.
Yeah, you just every time he gets the ball in his hands, you think he's a chance of kicking a goal, don't you? But that two-pronged attack, Ben Kelly and Jacob Conlon have been outstanding today and very hard to match up on against undermanned and young and probably giving away a little bit of height and weight to the Saints defenders.
If we go around the grounds in the Ovens and Murray at the moment, Wodonga Raiders have a 4-point lead against the Wangaratta Rovers, 51 to 47.
Powell out of the middle, long kick to the half-forward flank. Old Page got a bugger of a bounce and the missed Heine Hennessy. Ends up with the Saints through Ferguson. Short ball to Martin. Sam got it smothered. Umpire said it was fine. O'Brien goes away. Conlon. Wow. He's going to be shooting for 6 here. Halfway through the third term. We're not even quite there, actually.
Yeah, he might have double figures on his mind here.
Definitely, I think.
He's going to do it at some stage this year.
And nothing Chris could do there. That was a beautiful kick in there by McGrath.
And the smother by O'Hara up the play. And as Chris so rightfully said there, no Myrtleford defenders were able to get back in time to fill up that leading lane.
Just makes it look so easy, this guy. Jacob Conlon, in he comes. So relaxed. Look at that. That is half a dozen 6. And they are one impressive unit, the Albury Tigers, a quality outfit. As we go back down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you just wonder what the Saints can do. Hopefully they keep attacking. But, it's a little bit demoralising. I don't think Crisp has been soundly beaten in any aspect. He's just been a product, I think, Conlon, of the beautiful work up the ground from the Tigers, and obviously takes his chances when he gets them as well.
If we go around ground, so the other game in the Ovens and Murray at the moment between Yarrawonga and North Albury, Yarrawonga hold a 25-point lead in that game, 60 to 35.
87 to 32 here at the sports ground. Back-to-back goals for Jacob Conlon. He's kicked 6. He kicked 3 last week, and we had him in our votes for the top 3. It's going to elevate him to maybe higher things, Brad Freak, you would think.
Yeah, well, he had 3 goals 4 last week too, so it could have been a big day for him as well. Took the 9 marks as well last week, so he was outstanding against the Pigeons.
6-1 today. Kelly has 4. Alex Jones tracking the ball. Hilton Joyce play on to call. Umpire Glenn Peachy, who's, I thought, officiated superbly today. My former classmate at Aquinas College. Back in the day.
How were the grades, Robbie?
I was with him for a while, then I left him because he stayed in Year 9 for about 2 or 3 years. Take it away, mate.
Okay. Talk about being thrown under the bus. I said off to O'Hara, then Jones. Oh, you might get reported for that, Robbie.
Peach listens too.
Does he?
Oh, I love him. He's a great man.
Bice off to Kelly. Booker came from nowhere. He cleaned it up and then got the handball off to Hilton Joyce. The Saints are away this time. Right foot inside 50. Curtis comes out and takes another mark. That's one of the best pieces of play we've seen from the Saints all day. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
Yeah, Hilton Joyce have been singing his praises, and that was beautiful play there. And well done to Riley Booker too for taking the Tigers on the centre of the ground. And Curtis comes on the end of it. It was a beautiful kick to him.
Curtis has only had the 6 disposals coming for his 7th of the game, but he's lining up for his 3rd goal. So we keep touching he's playing that forward role, but he is hitting the scoreboard for the Saints, so he's impacting the game when he's getting the chance.
So Simon comes in. That's not his best kick, very wide. And the mark is being taken back there by Page. So he took an elite body and paint mark of the day earlier, called by Robbie McKinlay, but just the shot on goal wasn't good on that occasion, Robbie.
Heiner Hennessy took a good grab, handballed it over the top to Bice. Bice got it to Hodgson, whose handball was intercepted there by Austin Powers, or Wicks, whatever you like. And it'll be a boundary throw in centre wing right underneath the Albury Tigers club rooms. And there's a good crowd up there on the balcony today. Pretty parochial up there.
If we go around the grounds as well in the AFL at the moment, it's going to be a big win for Brisbane Lions, 138-77 over North Melbourne.
Yeah, things not getting good there. So Muller took it out of the ruck. Quick kick, inside forward 50. Another one for 40 wing sec. Oh, O'Hara's handball to Hodgson was elite. And Hodgson's kick misses to the right-hand side, minor score. 13-10, 88. Albury, 4-8, 32. That's on the Inspiration Paint scoreboard. Myrtleford trailing.
Beautiful. Got the all-age stakes coming up.
Yes.
In Sydney very shortly, Robbie, at Randwick.
What do you like?
What a race that's going to be. I'd like to see Zaki win, but gee, Giga kick. It's going to be terribly hard to beat. Here's By swinging inside 50. Heiner Hennessy sits under it. Just juggled it, missed it. Jumps on it. Yeah, he might be in trouble. Is he? No. The umpire did the right thing there. Let him off the hook and he will take it. So 88 plays 32, as Robbie says. The Tigers up. We're almost reached the 20-minute mark on the Macca's time clock. Reset. Luke Daly after Crisp. Hourigan try to dish it out to McPherson. Gets it on the boot. And then comes towards winner Irving, just slips through his hands. Gilmore burns around one, gets it to Lucas Conlon, inboard to Jesse Wilson. Look how they structure up. They're out again here, and this is Muller on the boot, on the hands, and then gets it into Unthank.
He drives long, does Will Unthank. What options are here? There's a mark. Heiner Hennessy takes a very good grab, was it?
That man.
So, Conlon. No, it's Conlon. Goodness me, I should have known the haircut. And Jacob Conlon will go back and have a ping at number 7 from 20 out directly in front.
I think he's got super glue on his hands, boys. He has not dropped the pill today at all. He's so clean above his head.
Now, we are, what are we, halfway, or 20-minute mark of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
And Jacob Conlon has just kicked his 7th goal at the Gardens end of the ground. And the Tigers extend the lead, 94-32. Oh, he's a good player, this lad. He is getting better and better, and he just looks like every time the ball goes near him, Brad Freak, for 40 winks, he's going to mark it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was the same again last week. His hands were outstanding, very sticky last week as well, but his service he's getting from up the ground has been sensational, especially in this 3rd quarter. Riley Bice is up to 6 disposals, and Elliot Powers up to 7 on the 40-wink stat sheet. They've been involved with a lot of the great passages of play for the Albury Tigers in this term as well. It's just they've had, the story of the days, they've just had taken more of their opportunities. They've had 9 inside 50s to 8, but just been able to hit the scoreboard more.
For this quarter for Jacob Conlon, here's Luke Francis.
And away the Saints go from the middle, on the boot from Hilton Joyce. Hillary came out and then plays on. Curtis picks it up on the left boot. That's better. Oh. That's lovely. That's deft touch from Simon, and the Saints get one back. As we go to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket.
I think it's 3rd, if I can count correctly, boys. And, beautiful goal there by Simon Curtis. He certainly knows where they are. But, Winter Irving again has been great in attack there. But Hilton Joyce as well just got some acceleration, boys. They were struggling to catch him, the Tigers there.
But a lot to like about the Saints today.
Agreed.
I think that there has been, Albury has just been more clinical going forward. And I think that's what, when we look back, there's going to be the difference in the game. But there's a lot to like with what Myrtleford have brought to the table today in the game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And they're up against a red-hot cider at the moment, but Myrtleford, the style of football they're playing, such a young group, it's good to watch. And here they come. Forrest brilliantly handballed to Hilton Joyce. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Riley Sharp on the second, third grab, couldn't get it. Oh, there's a finger injury there. Spotted for one of the Myrtleford players. I think it was Riley Booker. Gainer off half-back, kicks to centre wing. Half volley beats them. Picked up here by Hilton Joyce. Kick in the middle of the ground's going to be good. It's going to be okay. Capillari, clever handball. Bit of pressure there, though, for Levi Young. Intercepted there by Spencer Jones. O'Hara spotted up an option, sits it up. Luke Daly comes in, can't stop the hooligan, taking the mark at true centre half back. 94-38, 22 minutes gone. We're doing it for A.T. Jones. That's on the Inspiration Paint scoreboard.
Very good, Jacobs. Had to earn the kick there.
He's been okay.
He has in the 6 Guernsey for the Saints. He wants to angle towards the corridor, a short one. That's good. To Tom Capillari, plays on to Booker. That's what they want, some run. And then Booker puts it on the boot, down towards the Curtis direction. Hillary, too good work under the ball.
Oh. Unlucky, I reckon, Hillary there.
Yeah, I thought so too. Chris Mitchell?
Yeah, I think the umpire said he pushed him in the back, but I thought he sort of used a bit of the shoulder to nudge him under the ball. But, yeah, Curtis is making the most of his limited opportunities he's had down the 50 metres there for the Saints.
So here goes Simon. Coming in again to the Hume Street end. And that one is perfect. That is a wonderful kick. Straight through. So what do we got now? 42 trails 94 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. The Tigers well up as we go to Freakin' on the 40 wing stat sheet.
Yeah, he's only up to the 8 disposals for the game, Simon Curtis, but he's been able to kick the 4 goals moving forward now. So we've asked for him. We thought he'd like him up the ground, but he is impacting the game when the ball does get down there. And when he does take his opportunities, he had the beautiful left foot snap before that, and got the free kick there and just kicked the nice set shot. I think he kicked 3 goals in this quarter now as well, Simon Curtis. So he is having an impact on the game when the ball gets near him.
Yeah, Collins kicked 4 this quarter and Curtis has kicked 3. Gainer out of the middle, got it to Powell. Powell, electric speed on to Luke Daly. Short ball to Kelly. Here's a chance for Conlon. Gathered. Inside handball to Riley Bice. Kicked it off the ground. Heiner Hennessy knocked out of the ball there. Now Hourigan got it on to Hilton Joyce. That's a great kick to Levi Young at half-back for the Saints. Keep moving at the Saints they go. Riccardi needs a good bounce. Got it okay. Little chip kick over the top to Winter Irving. He needs to go long. They've got numbers here. Here's Sharp and Riley Sharp marks. And that was a great passage of play from the Saints. So all the way from half-back. Riley Sharp goes short. Capillari, he head-butted on the first bite and he hugged it on the second and he's still rubbing his nose. That was a genuine Falcon, I reckon. And he's going to have a shot 35 out directly in front.
Really good ball movement there by the Saints along the wing there, and obviously Riccardi to Winter Irving, and then be able to hit up Riley Sharp as well. So as we touched on before, there's been plenty to like about the Saints today, and they have had their chances to transition the footy from defence to forward the offensive end, and they've been really, really strong. They just haven't, again, taken their opportunities as much as the Tigers.
For 3 goals in a row for the Saints, Capillari comes in. He's a classy left footer, and that's a classy finish. Straight through the guts. Over the umpire's cap, whatever you like to call it. And Myrtleford get 3 in a row. And they get the margin now back to 44 points. It had stretched out to 62. Good signs from the Saints.
Just winning those centre clearances a little bit more too, aren't they? And winning their one-on-one battles forward of the 50 or the centre square there. So taking the most of their chances, getting it up there a little bit quicker, and that's giving their forwards more chance.
Really like the game from Myrtleford of Austin Wicks and Alex Jacobs across the half-back line for him today. I think especially Wicks has stood up a lot of times, and when he's had the ball coming in there and just been able to nullify Albury as best as he can, even though today it's been harder, easier said than done.
Yeah, we're gone 26 minutes on the Macca's time clock. 94 plays 50. The Tigers up. This is the third term. Brought to you by A.T. Jones. Ball on the clubhouse side, and there's a whistle.
9 goals this quarter, Lukey.
Wow.
For the mat from both sides combined.
Yeah. Scoreboard attendance very busy, Robbie. Tigers have it. And they thump it in through O'Brien. Oh, just put it down. Dimaraka and then Riccardi got it on the boot and sent it up towards Winter Irving. No hands in the back to Conlon. Play on. And then Bren in a race with it. Coming out Simon Curtis, front spot against Wilson. Nicely up to Bren. And then Winter Irving back to Riccardi. Right foot sends it into the pocket. Oh, gee. Riley Sharp was never going to get to that. And the ball has gone out of bounds in front of Gilmore in the pocket. As we go back to you, Freaky, how are those inside 50s now, mate, on the 40-wing stats?
Yeah, well, again, Myrtleford are in front this quarter. They've had 13 to 11 in this term, but just haven't been able to take the opportunity. Brady Riccardi's up to 9 disposals in this third quarter on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, good close-down work there by the Albury defence too. They did it in a hurry. Muller tap towards Elliot Powell. Martin had it. Here's a chance. Sammy Martin left foot. He kicked it in a hurry. And I think, is that umpire Normie McClure, the gold umpire there?
It is, mate.
Looks like, doesn't it? Who he just helped his little mate out, the boundary umpire there. And that is just teamwork of the highest order, Luke Francis. I know I can see you nodding your head with approval. Gilmore, how about that for a kick? Finds Gaynor. Gaynor was off the races. Now he goes, kicks long down the line. Leading out is Conlon, brought the ball to ground. It's a 3-on-1 situation here. Myrtleford lock it down, and there'll be a ball up between half forward and centre wing. Albury Tigers lead 94-50. Inspiration paint scoreboard. Brad Freak.
Wicks just filled the hole again there for Myrtleford. Thinking, I think he's been probably one of their better players today.
Here we go. Let's see who can clear this one. Bice took the ball right when the three-quarter time siren went. And the Tigers lead 94-50. 14-10-94 leads the Saints 7-8-50 at the three-quarter time break. And make sure you stick with us on O&M Live, because after this game, shortly after 5 p.m. today, we will be heading to Wang for the super matchup between the Wang Maggies and the Wodonga Bulldogs. Gus McLeod, Blake Escott, Scott Montgomery and Dan Vaccaro down at Wang. Norm Minns it'll be at for the night game. Will be a beauty. Okay, this is O&M Live. And on O&M Live, remember, you will not miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on.
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Bingley offers next day delivery.
O&M Live on
Muscle
Live.
Yeah, welcome back everyone to the Albury Sports Ground, and at the three-quarter time break it is the Albury Tigers with a handy lead, 14-10-94. They lead the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 7-8-50. 44 points the margin. Freaky, the Tigers have been impressive.
Yeah, they certainly have been. Their running carry's been outstanding all day, and that third quarter was on display as well. But Myrtleford we've loved their effort and the way they've been able to keep attacking this game. If we have a look at the Optus quarters best for that third quarter for the Albury Tigers, I thought Elliot Power through the middle of the ground was simply outstanding, and it's hard to go past Jacob Conlon in that forward half, who has probably been head and shoulders the best player on the park today after his outstanding performance last week. If we have a look at the Myrtleford Saints, Simon Curtis obviously has been playing more forward role, kicked 3 goals himself in that third quarter, and obviously I thought Brodie Riccardi in the middle of the ground has been outstanding as well. If we have a look at the 40-wing stat sheet, started Brodie Riccardi there. He had 8 disposals in that third quarter, taking him up to 19 for the game. Elliot Power also had 8 disposals in that third quarter, which gave him 20 for the match as well. But the inside 50s have been very interesting. Albury are leading that in front of... Myrtleford are actually in front in the inside 50 count for the day, 35-34. But as we keep touching on, haven't been able to take their opportunities. Albury's gone inside forward 50 34 times for 24 scoring shots. So the rate has been... It's nearly 60% of the time they go in there, they've been able to have a shot at goal.
Yeah, Freaky doing wonderful work on the 40-wing stat sheet. Absolutely spot on. Let's go down to Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket, another man who does wonderful things for R&M Live. Chriso, what's the story, mate?
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. Both sides starting to take their positions here at the sports ground, but very simple instructions, not a lot of structural changes there for both sides. Obviously, the Tigers one down with Jimmy Grills. Sean Daly just wants them to finish off and send a message. They've got now an 11-day break after this game, so leaving nothing in the tank. And on the Saints side, Craig Miller, pretty happy with how they went in that third term and want them to compete again, the Saints in this last quarter, and outrun the opposition. That's how they want to win this one. They want to win the quarter.
Yeah, very good. What I like about the Saints today, Freaky, is at no stage have they played safe football.
No.
They haven't gone defensive and chipped it around. They've just kept attacking the game.
Well, it's probably it could be also the downfall, but it's also their best way back into the game as well. You can't go defensive. You have to, if they have any chance of winning this game, they have to attack. And, being Craig Miller taking over, a new coach with a new system, it's really good to see that the players are really obviously buying into the system that he's bringing to the side.
Yeah, and attractive to young players. Rightio, the fourth term brought to you by Bingley. Here's Robbie McKinlay.
There's Muller. Here's Powell tracking the footy. He might get a free kick here, Elliott. He does. What are his stats for 40 wings today, Bradley?
He's up to 21 disposals when he kicks this footy.
Good day out. As we start the last quarter, how about that for a kick? Finds Lucas Conlon's looking for a bit of the action. He might find it. Lucas goes long for a Sunjang goal of the day contender. 8 goals between the Conlon brothers. 7 to Jacob, 1 now to Lucas, and yeah, you know a bit of his history up around Griffith, and he liked to kick a goal. Had a few tricks, Luke. Well, he showed one there, and he milked it beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely right, Robbie. Let's go down to Chris over the Newmarket.
Yeah, he just took Winter Irving up the ground there, and he could smell a goal, couldn't he? Conlon from a mile away, and it was a beautiful goal on the run too. Never looked like missing. So a great start to the last quarter from the Tigers.
You said the Conlons have kicked 8 goals today. They got the player auction tonight, Robbie. Which goal do you reckon will be the best goal for the day?
Oh, that one.
That one will definitely be up there, I reckon.
Yeah, that's it. 100 plays 50 on the Border Carpet scoreboard. Tigers up early. in the final term. And yeah, guys, I saw Lucas Conlon play most of his football forward for the Griffith Swans, and he was a gun up forward. Geez, they're great players. Here's Elliot Plough bursting out of the middle again forward. Guess who? Jacob this time. Ball in front of him. Keeps control and then comes back, concedes ground to Page. So he's about 80 out. Just under the clubhouse. Left foot sends it in. Kelly over his head. Wicks couldn't get hold of it. Bice roves it beautifully. Centering kick. Look at that to Garlett. That is absolutely delightful to watch, Chris Mitchell, for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you can see why Riley Bice has had state league level and could probably play every week at that level as well. But just beautiful vision there to find Jeffy Garlett nearly directly in front, only about 10 metres out.
Quality O&M footy, and Garlett comes in and finishes off their work at the Hume Street end. 106 plays 50. That's a double for Garlett on the border carpet scoreboard. McDonald's time clock. Only early days. We've just lost it off the scoreboard. We'll get it back shortly. As we go back to Freaky, any change to the stat sheet, mate? Early days, last term?
No, not really, but it's probably more of the same, really. We've had 2 inside 50s in this last quarter for 2 goals already. So it's just been a bit of the tail of the tape of the day, being able to take their opportunities when they have gone forward. And they've started off this last quarter clinical. As Chris O said at 3/4 time, Sean Daly said they want to be really ruthless in this last quarter. So with an 11-day break coming up.
Shark by Riley Bice. Handball's a clever one to Isaac Muller. He goes long. Keep an eye on Conlon at the back. Oh, he misses it. Might have given away a free kick, I reckon. A bit of a push or a shove. There was Myrtleford players down everywhere. And the free kick's going to go the way of Nick Ferguson, the son of Ronnie, former Wangaratta Rovers gun. He kicks to half forward. Here he goes. Can't grab hold of the second bite. Good effort from Riley Forrest. O'Hara, look away handball to Powell. Powell was looking and took it. Bice got one high but got shrugged the tackle away. Beautiful left foot pass. And he hits the 250 gamer. Luke Daly, he looks up an option. Who's here? Jacob Conlon will mark 40 out directly in front. Unselfish stuff from the Tigers. That's why they are a great team.
And that's why they love Luke Daly down at Tigerland. He's been doing it for 20 years in the yellow and black, and could have had a set shot there from about range and set up Conlon for his number 8 if he gets it.
Well, he's just watched the brother, Lucas, bang one through for his first. And it's Jacobs lining up for gold number 8. Kick on the way. Looks pretty good. It is. It's home. Don't worry about that. Jacob Conlon has 8. And we've gone about 4 minutes into the last quarter. And already the Tigers have kicked 3 goals in this final term. They lead it 112-50.
Been outstanding this last quarter already, the Tigers. 4 inside 50s for the 3 goals, as you rightfully touched there, Robbie. But if we go quickly around the grounds in the other games, big upset really brewing now at Birrelea Park. Wodonga Raiders up by 3 points. Would have just started the last quarter there, 71-68 against Wangaratta Rovers.
There you go. You've heard it from Brad Freak on O&M Live. What a win that would be from the Raiders if they were to get up. Chris Mitchell, how was the skill level from the Tigers in that forward piece of play?
Yeah, amazing. And Riley Bice, there's hardly any more skilled players than him in the forward 50 there for the Tigers. But, that's sort of been pretty evident too that their skill level is such a high level, and you don't beat Yarra without it either.
Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Newmarket Hotel, that wonderful establishment. Now Mullett tried to get it down to Powell. Riccardi. Hillary got a hand to it for the Tigers. Gain it. Nice handball to Hillary. And Hillary goes inside 50. And then Ferguson just couldn't hold on to it. McPherson got brought to ground. And the umpire is going to take it. And there will be a ball up, Robbie.
Yeah, 50 out. Tigers gold. They've kicked 3 in the first 5 minutes of this final term. Muller, big fist. Shark by Capillari. Kicked off the ground by Riley Bice. Heine Hennessy couldn't get at it. Ferguson, handball over the top. Riley Bice has got it. Page, left foot, centering kick from behind. Chris couldn't get hold of the footy. Kelly's in there, applied the tackle. Hovering around as Daly, thought about a kick off the ground. Here comes Jacob Conlon. He was tackled. He had the handball. The bounding umpire's got the hand in the air, and he's signifying that it'll be thrown back in. 5 metres around from the behind post. Albury lead 112-50. We're doing this action for Binglee. Here's Luke Francis.
Almost 5.5 gone in the final turn. Robbie Conlon and also Crisp Charlie just with a long ball out of the fence. So let's get out of here, guys. But Wilson has marked it. So the yellow and black coming straight back in. Low ball inside 50. Bice fell at his feet. Then Hilton Joyce picks it up. Bice has got him. Wasn't in the back. The umpire said it was fair. And then Conlon trying to burst through. Wild hand pass ends up in the hands of Booker. And he chips it now to Riccardi. He's got to go back to Booker, who's under pressure, and then nice to Del Bosco.
He did well, Riley Booker. He held his composure well. The young fella, McPherson, up against Alex Jones. O'Hara, good tackle. Got a handball though to Jones. Had to kick in a hurry. They got numbers here, the Saints. Hilton Joyce over the footy. Weighs up an option. Oh, it's not a great kick. Big Isaac Muller marks. Handballs at O'Hara. O'Hara off the left foot. Oh, and he got a high one there. Did Page. He got over it okay. Unfank got a handball off him. Left foot kick long down the line. Elliot Powell missed it. Hurrigan's over the back. Hurrigan with a handball. It's not safe yet though. Huey Wales forced to work hard for it. Heiner Hennessy provides a good tackle. Hodgson intercepts. Got it on the Riley Bice. And Riley Bice strolls into goal and kicks his first of the day. The fourth goal this quarter for Albury. The 18th for the game. 118 to 50 they lead. 4 quick goals to start the quarter. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket. This is looking a bit ominous.
Yeah, the Saints looked like they were going to get it away out of trouble, but they got pickpocketed, and Riley Bice just ran in for a beautiful goal. He just makes it look easy. The icing on the cake here for the Tigers. That was goal number 18.
Bice is up to 6 disposals as well in this last term for the Albury Tigers. So 40 McStatchet, he's been running hot on there and obviously kicking his first goal for the game. Gets him up to 22 disposals for the day, and his leg speed's been really good at times throughout the game for the Albury Tigers. A really good even contribution again across the midfield as it was last week.
Very good. Ball back in the middle. And up we go. McCarroll and Muller. Gainer over the ball at the moment, burrowing his way through. Booker got a hand to it, and the Saints come away through Capillari. Try to get inside 50, rolling ball now, but Wilson's going to pick it up, as he so often does. Just so reliable for the Tigers. To Gilmore, to Hodgson, and then back to Gilmore, weaving through traffic, gets it on to Lucas Conlon. Now McMenamin, he might have to go and mop up because Lucas Conlon just missed it coming through. Bedendo, oh, knew he snared a goal. Still in play. And they're going to get out through Hillary, the Tigers.
Yeah, gee, that was nearly a Sunjang goal that they contender for sure. Capillari with class, off the Del Bosco, tight angle. He has gone close, real close. Mitchy Del Bosco has nailed a Sunjang goal of the day contender. 40 metres out, tight angle, and he bangs it through. Saints get the first of the last quarter, and the margin now, Brad Freak has gone back to a 62-point margin.
Yeah, really good classy finish there by Del Bosco, but really like the work rate of Tom Capillari there to intercept the ball as well and make the turnover and get the handball out. Mitch Del Bosco kicked a his touch there on there, Robbie. Really classy finish on his left foot.
Chris O for the Newmarket, much action on the bench there?
It's getting pretty quiet down here. I think both sides have slowed down the rotations. Jeffy Gullett and Jones, who have been busy contributors for the Tigers, just about to come back on when they find a teammate.
Last turn brought to you by Bing Lee. We can tell you that Giga Kick took out the all-age stakes from Zaki and Cascadian, so he got their Giga Kick. What a horse he is. Jacobs off to Hurrigan, right foot around the body, trying to find Riccardi, just right of centre wing on the broadcast side. He's tried his heart out today. It's Brodie Riccardi. Now he wants to go with a corridor kick, angling in. Good hit. Finds Del Bosco. Now what have they got here? This is the question. This next kick is where they can sometimes fall down. Goes with a long ball like that. Riley Sharp caught in a 2-on-1, got his hands to it. Gilmore brings him to ground. McMenamin there. And the umpire is going to call for Robbie as we go to Freaky on the 40 wing stats.
Yeah, probably called for a little bit too late, but it now looks like that Simon Curtis is playing loose behind the ball in this last quarter. Obviously, yeah, good to get him in that area of the ground.
Brad, sorry, mate. Free kick. Jesse Wilson has knocked Levi Young down off the ball, and Levi Young will have a shot for goal 30 metres out directly in front.
It's good to see that he is now behind the ball and trying to help them there, but probably a little bit too late, I would say, to get Curtis behind the ball.
Do you think it's maybe to minimise the damage? They've been on top this quarter, haven't they, the Tigers?
Yeah, and Myrtleford don't deserve to, walk away with a 7 or 8 point defeat here. They've been fantastic today. I really love the brand of football that Craig Miller has gotten them playing. So Levi Young, he's missed a couple of chances today. Can he nail one through the guts? No, he can't. That is a helicopter kick of high proportion. I don't know whether that had more of it closer to a torpedo punt or a drop punt spin. It was not great, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Lucas Conlon will bring the ball back into play. Luke Francis with a lovely kick to McMenamin.
It was a beauty. McMenamin over the top to Gilmore, and then Gilmore turns in board and hits Alex Jones. Lovely. Look at this. They're out again. Wilson's run on
from
the back line. Picks it up now. Wants to come back. And he's got a player and then swings around with Spencer going in forward, trying to find Luke Daly. Maraka, Spencer, McPherson picks it up from the Saints, and there's a whistle for holding.
Yeah,
it's on here.
It'll go to Spencer Jones, I reckon. He was held without the footy. That's, I reckon, how they'll do it.
So Jones and Maraka want to go on with it. Chris, so we'll go down to you for the Newmarket.
Yeah, two young guys having a crack, Jones and Maraka at each other, and then everyone's all stepped in now, so trying
50.
to stick up for the little fellas.
50.
Yeah, it is 50 metres. So
Now
Spencer
there's words between
Jones,
the two benches. It's getting interesting.
Yeah, a few came and joined the scuffle.
All
there at
very
the end.
close to each other.
That's it.
I think it's arranging what post-match functions, I'd say, more than anything, Chris. No doubt about
Definitely, yep.
So Spencer Jones puts it through to the Hume Street end. 124 the Tigers, plays 56 the Saints, and the Border Carpet scoreboard as we go to Freaky on the 40 Wing Stats.
Yeah, good to see everyone get around Spencer Jones there as well. Obviously, on debut for the Albury Tigers today, so really good for him to get a score, kick a goal for the Tigers today. So they've just been dominant in that forward half. Obviously, in this last quarter, epitomises that they're up to 8 inside 50s to 2, and been able to take full advantage of it in this last term, Robbie. Yeah, indeed, and as you said, he's worked hard today, Spencer Jones. He's playing on that wing there, and he went back for a couple of second efforts, which was really pleasing for him. And he did the hard work, and good to see a guy like Jesse Wilson. We saw it down at Mulwala last week, and Jay Hua. They go into bat for their teammates, and there's nothing wrong with that if you can just do it the right amount of vigour. And they did it beautifully. And there's Jones again. He got bowled over by Alex Jones. So the two Jones boys. Ooh. And Alex, geez, you're stiff, mate. He's going to get penalised there. Mitch Del Bosco played on immediately. Drives it long, and it's a good kick. Top of the gold square. Declan Brem was under it. Lucas Conlon, he's in trouble, Lucas Conlon.
That's holding the ball.
He's gone here. Free kick's going to go the way of big Riley Sharp. There was no advantage played. Well, if there was going to be, it certainly wasn't. But that's the beauty of Glenn Peachy.
And Riley Sharp's battled all day, guys, against 2, sometimes 3 opponents. Been a really tough, difficult day. He's done the team thing and taken some heat off his teammates. He's always going to have a tough day in the forward line when you've got Jesse Wilson, Lucas Conlon. But I agree with Chris O there. He has fought really hard for the Saints.
So Riley Sharp hasn't kicked one today. He'll shoot from 25 metres out directly in front. Jesse Wilson stands the mark to the Botanical Gardens end, and that is a nice finish there by Riley Sharp. So the Saints get their second for the 4th term, and after 4 quick goals by the Albury Tigers, they've been able to hold things back a bit. They've kicked 2 of the last 3 goals. We've gone 14 minutes on the Macca's time clock, and the scoreboard tells us that it's 124 to 62, so they've doubled their score. But it's been a bit tighter than that. Albury just been a bit more clinical.
Yeah, Freaky, give us the standout player from each team on the 40 Wing stat sheet, please.
Yeah, for the Albury Tigers today, it's probably a flip of the coin between Elliot Power and Riley Bice. Power's had 23. Bice is now going to come up for his 23rd as well.
Gee, he's got his finger on the pulse, Brad Freak, as Bice took the ball. Now McPherson.
Glad you said pulse.
Flew out. O'Brien for the Tigers has got it now for the yellow and black. Just adjacent to the clubhouse. In he goes to Bice. So there's another one on the 40 Wing stat sheet. How many now, Freaky?
24.
Then kicks it in. Garlick got hands to it over Jacobs. A good battle. Nice contest. O'Hara scrambling on the ground. Daly, and then got it back to Hodgson. Kick was smothered. Del Bosco went boring in. And the whistle is gone.
You get a free kick, Mitchie.
He will, Robbie.
You got a shove, couple of hard nuts there, wasn't it? Some real content. Ultimate fastness, tough nut of the day. Del Bosco and Jones, mate. How about those two? You could hardly split them. They are. And so's this fella, Brodie Riccardi.
Been good today.
Yeah, both sides, their attack on the footy's been fantastic. Real good game of footy. Great skills. Good stuff, this Ovens and Murray football. As a kick goes wide, looks like young McPherson out the back there. And he's been okay too, the young fella. He drives it down the line. Good kick too. One-on-one contest. Centre wing. Riley Sharp got it. Recovered well. Handball to Del Bosco. He's lifted his work rate this quarter. A check side kick to half forward. Lucas Conlon Grabbed it on the second bite. Handball release to Hillary was good. Weighs up his options. He's going to go long to Heiner Hennessy. Riccardi, gut running. Intercept mark, fantastic. Great kick to Del Bosco midfield.
Yeah, it was wonderful, Robbie, from Riccardi. Now with Hourigan, true centre wing, broadcast side. Small chip kick to Capillari. He can run on. He's got an absolute country mile in front of him. He has a look in. Nice delivery. That was good footy from the Saints. Into Riley Sharp, Robbie McKinlay.
Composure, wasn't it, from a young fella? He weighed up his up. The easy thing to do there would have been just bang it long, even think about having a shot. But he sat. He knew he had a bit of time, and he weighed up option, and he said, "Yep, here comes the big fella," and he nailed him with a beautiful 20-metre pass.
Great passage of play there by the Saints. Started on the wing here by Brodie Riccardi, who showed lots of guts and determination. Could have got cleaned up by Heiner Hennessy and just started that ball rolling for the Saints.
So sorry, Chris. There's been a free kick in the middle of the field. I was just watching as you guys were talking. Then Levi Young and Jay Hillary are having plenty of words, walking down the square, and Levi Young's had a little bit of, looks like he's had a little bit of a clip at Jesse Wilson and right in front of the umpire.
Yeah, so for those listening who can't see the vision, the free kick was turned. Now, this is Riccardi. He's got brought to ground by Bice in the meantime. Now, Bice plays on for the Tigers, so, well, that wasn't good footy at all from the Saints. Bice, high ball inside 50. Out the back, Luke Daly.
Here we go.
Here we go. 250. And he knew it too. I reckon if he laughed.
He thought about it, didn't he?
I reckon if he having a good laugh there, Luke.
Oh, not the Murray. She's on
Still
again.
on here.
There's a bit
Jones
happening
and
here.
Booker. Yeah, there's plenty of out there. Bit of feeling.
Umpire Peach is out too. It's been a bit happening here in the last 2 minutes.
Tell you what, the Peach is right on it, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, mate. Doesn't miss too much.
No.
He might have missed a bit of homework over time, but doesn't miss much out here in the field of action, which is important. Better than homework.
3 years in grade 9, is that right?
Year 9, yeah, he worked his way out of it. He knew which classroom to go to it by the third year, I can tell you. Good kick by Ferguson. Finds Winter Irving. His kick's got to be good. What's Mitchy Del Bosco's numbers this quarter, Brad Freak, for 40 wings?
He's up to 8 in this quarter.
Goodness me. Now, long drive. Oh, another one's gone
free
down.
to Sharp
So
against
free kick
Gilmore.
to Sharp. Great pick up by Chris Mitchell down there for the Newmarket Hotel. What'd you see, Mitch?
Yeah, the ball hadn't really got there yet, boys, and he sort of threw him to the ground a bit. It looks like it's going to be 50. No, or is he just going to get the ball?
Everyone's gone a bit silly here in the last term, Rob.
Peachy's told...
It is 50.
He said, go. It is 50. So Riley Sharp's going to kick his second for the term, and Myrtleford will get their third for the term. So Riley Sharp pops it through, and it's 68 Myrtleford, 125 to the Tigers. Riley Sharp gets his second. It's been a funny old last 3 or 4 minutes.
Hasn't it? It's been a funny last quarter.
Bit of clowning around.
No need. I reckon nothing to be gained here. Probably might see one of the great blues of all time the way it's going here.
Not while the Peach is in charge, though, Robbie.
No way, no chance.
Yeah. Freaky, we might go around the grounds.
Yeah, we will. The Wodonga Raiders out to an 8-point lead now over the Wangaratta Rovers, 77 to 69 in that game there. So it'll be a very similar time of the game it is here, which will probably be about 10 to 15 minutes to go in the last quarter in that game as well.
Wow.
Goodness. Hilton Joyce brought to ground by Powell. Very nice play from Elliott. And he'll take the ball. He's a good footballer.
The euphoria of last week's derby win on Good Friday is disappearing.
You're right about that, Robbie. Off it goes into the ether. Heiner Hennessy just down in front of our broadcast position. He likes what he sees inboard. Look at that for a kick to Elliott. Powell, pinpoint accuracy. And Elliott has a look ahead. Very low ball inside 50. Well picked up by Daly to Alex Jones. Then on to O'Hara on that left. Didn't work for him. He goes again, Braden. Now he's in trouble, I reckon. Might have injured himself there. And then Sam Martin has a crack at it. Back out to Ben Kelly. Now ends up with it. Hilton Joyce. Comedy of errors here at the moment.
There will be another blue in a minute.
Gee, Robbie, what are we witnessing here?
Advantage played. Booker played on. Got it to Riccardi. He got it back to Sam Martin in the middle of the ground. Curtis has it. Handball release to Forrest. Oh, he might get penalised for that. No, play on's the call. Big tackle. Curtis says, stuff this. I'm just going to drive it long. Get it out of here. A one-handed attempt by Declan Bren. Juggling act. Winter Irving stood over the footy. So did Riley Sharp. So did Booker. Booker got a handball to Capillari. Put out the young fella. He went the dribble kick. and it's out of bounds. He is a beautiful left foot kick, and he's decided to go for this trendy dribble kick. Jason Dunstall would tear him a new one if he had saw that. That had drop punt through the guts written all over it.
Yeah, Jason
Lesson learnt, young fella.
Yeah, Jason Dunstall, that's right, Robbie. Be climbing over the desk right now.
Oh, wouldn't he? I nearly am.
Sharp. Tigers to Lucas Conlon, and then gets it out wide. Now they're away. The Tigers bice on centre wing. He's got Luke Daly over the top. Elects to ignore him and goes further to Jones. Alex Jones plays on. He runs into goal and he finishes. There's the Tigers at their best. Transition footy, too good. And dare we say it, Robbie? Tommy Capillari just had a chance to finish, but Freaky, it just wasn't good.
It probably wasn't the first time today as well. Something similar to that has happened when Myrtleford have had an opportunity to kick a goal, miss an easy chance or a half chance that Albury has taken. Ball's quickly gone the other end and the Tigers have made them pay. And it's been really clinical by the Tigers here today, as we keep touching on. It's just they've been ruthless in this second half, especially. Whenever there's a mistake, they're making the Myrtleford pay.
Riley Bice has had the ball on a string, boys. He's owned this last quarter, and most of the forward 50 entries have been because of him and just finding space where there is none.
10 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet in the last quarter for Riley Bice.
Ben Kelly's gone into the ruck, and he's up against Forrest. Free kick will go the way of the Saints here. Mitch Del Bosco, what's his numbers for 40 wings this quarter, Brad?
He's coming up for his 9th disposal of the quarter.
He wears number 9. He's got 9 this quarter. Kicks a good one too. Winter Irving should mark this. He does. 52 metres out. Riley Sharp's the target, and Riley Sharp, he can't get in the second bite. Through traffic, Maraca was almost miraculous, but he didn't on this occasion. They defend off half-back. Elliot Powell got the kick. They got a lot of numbers here. Huey Rails comes through. He got cleaned up, but that's a good kick. He finds Josh Maraca at half forward, and Huey might be a bit winded after that one. He did well. He took what was coming to him, and he was just wanting to make sure he got the pass in. He did it well to Maraca.
Yeah, well called there, Robbie. He knew he was going to get hit, but he lowered the eyes beautifully for Maraca to have a shot here on goal.
Just quickly around the grounds, Raiders up by 13 points against Wangaratta Rovers. 83-70 there in that game at the moment.
Here comes Maraca. Kick on the way is a beauty. Straight through the guts. So Myrtleford pick up their 11th goal at 11-8-74. Maraca has 2. Albury Tigers 20-11-131. And that's on the Border Carpet scoreboard. And about a year ago, Lukey, I got Border Carpets in and they replaced the carpets in the house, and they're still looking a treat.
Fantastic, Robbie. And I'll tell you what, they've done a good job with the green carpet here at the Albury Sports Ground too. Haven't they?
Just starting to come down a little bit lightly, the rain here, boys.
Very good. Now, you guys, students of O&M history, Robbie McKinlay, Chris Mitchell, Brad Freak, how long since the Raiders have beaten the Rovers? Is it long?
No, it wouldn't be too long.
On that.
Be a couple of years.
No,
with Kreza
a
in
couple
charge.
of seasons.
Yeah, Kreza would have had a few victories over him.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Forrest with the ball in the heart of the Albury Sports Ground, and then loads up and sends it in. Sharp with a 2-on-1. That's virtually what it's been all day. It's been hard work for him. Page on the left foot for the Tigers. Sends it outside 50. Picks up O'Brien. Getting very dark here at the Albury Sports Ground. Don't forget, shortly after 5, we're heading to Wang for the Maggies and the Bulldogs down at Norm Minns. Blake Escott, Gus McLeod, also Scott Montgomery and Dan Vaccaro bringing you all the action as Hillary takes it on the arc of defensive 50, Robbie.
Are they in the bird box down there, the boys?
Yeah, and it's been renovated, the bird box.
Yeah,
refurbished box.
The mob who vandalised it post-season, I'd like to thank them on our behalf because then it's just created a bit of instant attention down there. And I'm looking forward to the sort of Hilton of the score commentary boxes now.
You were hanging out in Wangaratta a fair bit over the off-season, Robbie.
Now, Conlon, yes, yeah, well, Kenny Farrell accused me of that, actually.
Exposed.
Whereas everyone on O&M Live would be a suspect because it's going to be a shame to see the old bird box. What a great bit of history it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Character.
I remember calling the 52 grand final down there in the bird box. Anyway, we've lost it a little bit here. A chance to go into attack here. The Tigers. Muller took it out of the ruck. Handball was nowhere. Hilton Joyce got it. Kick down the line. Up they go. Ball come to ground. Picked up by Spencer Jones. It's a beautiful kick to midfield, and he finds Page for Albury Tigers.
And Page puts it on that left boot. Tom O'Brien's got a lot of room to work here. Sums up the situation and gives it to Elliot Powell. So, guys, at this stage, not sure if Jacob Conlon will pick up 10 goals. He's got 8. This one is with Elliot Powell. Chris Mitchell, he'll have to kick it from about 52 or 3, I reckon, by the time he strikes the ball for the Newmarket Hotel.
He'll be right on his measure too, but he's a beautiful kick as well. Elliot Powell gets his head right over the footy, but so you wouldn't count him out, but it'll test him. I reckon it might fall in the goal square.
How many's he had, Freaky, on the 40-week stats?
25, 26 coming up now.
Here comes Elliot. Geez, got onto that. He sends it, but it's missed everything and gone out of bounds on the full. I tell you what, it was one roost though, Robbie.
If we go around the ground, sorry, Robbie, quickly in the Wodonga Raiders and Rovers game, 6 points there now. Raiders 83 to Rovers 77. Not long left, surely, in that game as well.
Might be a tie. Great kick in. Finds Capillari. Bryce just made him earn it. Capillari just got a little bit of push and shove. 50-metre penalty. Now they're still going on here. No, they're going to... Riley Bice will be better off just getting out of there. He's got about 5 Myrtleford people around him, and you're not going to win that war. Capillari kicks it down the line. Conlon from behind, spoiled. Unthanked, Gavitt at the face of the pack. Handball to Kelly was good. Got it on to Hodgson, got a high one, and got a second high one. Jeez, he earned that free kick. He was scruffed about. The only thing they didn't throw on him was a saddle. And he takes it at half back and handballs to Hilary.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get 2 free kicks in a row out of that one, Robbie. Then on he goes to Garlett. Garlett onto the left foot, sends it in, bounces in front of Jacob Conlon. Elliot Powell out the back, tries to get onto that right foot, does. Right foot snap and has got it. No, misses. It's one behind. So 132 plays 74 on the Border Carpet scoreboard. How long have we gone in the final term, Robbie?
27.5 minutes. The third quarter was probably the longest today. It went 28 minutes. I reckon we got about 30 seconds in this game.
If there was an O&M sprint, Elliot Powell would be my favourite, I reckon, boys.
That is it. Siren time indeed. Good game of footy. The Tigers a little bit too polished. 20 goals, 12, 132. Myrtleford 11-8, 74. That's a 58-point margin, but they lost no fans here today. Myrtleford, Lukey Francis. I thought they were fantastic. So were the Tigers. I really enjoyed the game. It was a cracking game of footy. The skills were brilliant. Both sides entertained today. Well played.
100%, Robbie. Yeah, it was so free-flowing, wasn't it, this afternoon? And the scoreboard, no indication of the contest. We got 132 to 74. And as we spoke about earlier, at about three-quarter time, at no stage did the Saints go into their shell and play chip, safe footy. They took it on all day, didn't they, Freaky?
Yeah, they certainly did. They'll lose no admirers today, the way Myrtleford played, but Albury, on the other hand, they're just gaining momentum in this season. Absolutely another ruthless performance by the Tigers today, and they really showed that, and they were able to take full advantage of it every opportunity they got, Lukey, and they were outstanding. As we touched on last week, seeing them play against Yarrawonga, their ball movement at times was deadly, and on their quick track here at the Albury Sports Ground, they're going to be tough to beat here this year.
Yeah, slick skills, just so good to watch. They were today, the yellow and black, so they pick up their, second win of the year, and that makes it 8 points on the O&M Premiership ladder. And very shortly we'll cross down to Chris Mitchell. In fact, we've got him now, and it looks like he's with Jacob Conlon. Down to you, Chris, over the Newmarket.
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. Jacob Conlon, 8 goals, mate. I'm sure you had 10 in your sights, but you ran out of time.
Yeah, I did run out of time in the end, but I wasn't counting. Just as long as we got the win was all I was after.
You look a bit leaner this year, mate. Obviously, you've got your kicking boots on as well. You must be pretty thrilled with your start to the year.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed last year at the end of the year. I sort of lost on my fitness, so I made it my goal to get as fit as I possibly could this year, and I did, so hopefully I can convert onto the field, yeah.
And your brother snuck down for a goal, mate. Did you just tell him, mate, the wrong end of the ground?
Told him to pass it. It was good to get him a goal early, which is good, yeah.
And Luke Daly, mate, 250 games. Are you going to celebrate, obviously, for him tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. All the boys will get up the top and have a beer, so it'll be good for him.
Well done. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
There he was, Jacob Conlon with Chris Mitchell and Jacob, our anytime fitness player of the day here on O&M Live. How could you possibly not give it to him, Freaky? Yeah. He was outstanding.
He simply was outstanding today, especially in that third quarter alone. I think he kicked the 4 goals in the third quarter alone, and his hands were so good today, like they were last week again as well. He started the year like a house on fire, really. He's been sensational today as well. And it's actually, look, you're just looking at it, really, really good here by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Obviously, Luke Daly playing his 250th game. They've run all the way over to the other side of the ground and gonna do a guard of honour for him as the Tigers cheer him off. So well done to the Myrtleford boys and all their coaches and things like that to get over and do that for him. Great
it's
spirit.
a great point you make, Freaky, because the Alpine Saints, Myrtleford Alpine Saints change rooms are actually on the broadcast side of the ground. So to get over there to the clubhouse side to form a guard of honour for Luke Daly, who's chaired off by Braden O'Hara and Alex Jones, is just wonderful. So they're going to have a big night up at the clubhouse, and they got their player auction. And what about Lucas Conlon, also sneaking forward for a goal this afternoon?
Yeah, well, they'll probably hear about that goal plenty enough later this afternoon, or anyway. So yeah, really good by the Myrtleford there. But yeah, outstanding performance by the Tigers. And Luke Daly himself had opportunities in that forward half to really give himself a good bag of goals up there today, Lukey. So he had his chances. But yeah, another really strong team performance by the Tigers to carry on from last week's game, where I thought that they were really strong as well. So really good stuff by the Tigers, and onwards and upwards for them. Obviously got a bit of a break now before they have the Anzac Day clash against the North Albury, which that you would think that they'll probably get the chocolates there as well in that game too.
Absolutely, Freaky. So the final score, again here from the sports ground, it was the Albury Tigers 2012-132 over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints 11-8-74. Jacob Conlon, our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, if you've just tuned in, as we go to Freaky on the 40-week stat sheet. In fact, we'll go around the grounds, Freaky.
Yeah, just quickly, it looks like Wangaratta might be able to pip the Raiders in that game. 1 point up late in that game, 84-83.
Give me that again, Freaky.
Wangaratta Rovers 84 to Raiders 83 late in the last quarter of that one there as well.
Goodness, very close to the Tigers song here at the sports ground. Chris Mitchell doing some wonderful work for us for the new market. He'll be weeding his way through into the sheds at the moment amongst the family and friends, particularly Luke Daly. Here we go, the Tigers song. We're about to hear it again, as we've heard so many times at this ground and on this station. 1494 to AY, 1566, 3 and Yeah, what a club they are, and you've heard it live on this very station this afternoon. And don't forget, shortly after 5 p.m. this afternoon, we're heading to Wang for this brilliant matchup between the Maggies and the Bulldogs, live from Norm Minns. Gus McLeod, Blake Ascott, Scott Montgomery and Dan Vaccaro down there for us. And we can't wait for that. We'll get to a break from the Albury Sports Ground. The Tigers running out very big winners in the end, 132-74 over the Saints. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Cavalier Homes, every day.
And we're clear.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.